asleep. I'm barely eating. I just put my baby king on the bus for school early this morning. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going through so much right now. Only God knows what I'm going through. I hurt every day of my life, basically. I've been hurting ever since foster care system. But things has been getting very rough for me lately. Since 2008, I was told that I was not pregnant by my primary care doctor, Dr. Garber, at the Unity Southwest Clinic in Washington, D.C. He told me when I kept going to appointments because I kept collapsing dead to the ground. My doctor told me that I couldn't have kids due to something that happened to me when I was younger. He also stated to me that my pregnancy test was negative. And he just kept giving me negative pregnancy tests and kept pushing me out the door. So now I get called in on my day off to cook for Pope Benedict at the ballpark stadium in Southwest DC. I did go in, I cooked for him, did everything I was supposed to do, was very sick, kept going to the restroom, kept collapsing to the ground. My manager basically didn't even care about my well-being because it was not my day to work. But she still made me come in and also threatened me and told me if I didn't come in that I would be fired. So I did come in, and all that work I did by myself, okay, my manager still made me empty out my register and walk into her office with her. Practically accused me of stealing, and I never stole a damn dime. I counted the money in the register. All the money was accountable for. Nothing was stolen. It was actually extra money inside the drawer. And she wanted to know what was that. And I told her that was my tip money. What do I look like being a black girl putting money in my pocket on camera? You know, like, no, that would make it look like I was stealing, right? So instead of me doing that, I put my tip money in the drawer. To make a long story short, I then was fired on my day off, like the movie Friday. I immediately started walking home. Okay, I collapsed again on the street. And a stranger, a man, helped me up. And I told the man thank you. He offered to walk me to my place of residence. Now, I did not know this man. Okay, I was scared. I didn't know him. And so I told the man, no, I was good. But the whole time I'm lying. I'm really lying. I was very sick. I did not feel good at all. And I didn't even know if I was going to drop dead or not. But I really needed that man help. But being as though I did not know this man, I told him no. So he began to keep walking. By the grace of God, I made it to my building in Southwest. I wind up getting on the elevator. I got off on the fourth floor. After we got off on the fourth floor, we got to walking down the hallway of my apartment building, trying to make it to my apartment, 408. And I get in the middle of the hallway, and then it just collapsed. And that's all I remember. And when I woke up to my neighbor. I even know her son name is Los. I don't know his mother name, but my neighbor, he's a boy. His name was Los. He lived with his mother, and he had a cousin named Cello. Okay, so they're standing over top of me, and I'm like looking like in a daze, like I didn't know what was going on. And so I see I'm being put on a stretcher, okay? And then I'm being rushed to MedStar Washington Hospital Center in Northwest Washington, D.C. I get to this hospital. They had me in a dark room, okay? A very dark room. I passed out again. I woke up, and when I woke up, the monitor was right in front of me. So I seen two big babies on the monitor right inside of me. Like, I'm looking like, what the? Because I was told from the whole time 2007 that I couldn't have kids. I was damaged for the rest of my life, or something tragic that happened to me in foster care system when I was a little girl. They said that I couldn't have any more kids. So I'm not thinking I'm pregnant, you know? So I'm looking at the babies like, what the hell? And so I said to the nurse, they told me I couldn't have kids. I thought I was not pregnant. So she rolled her eyes at me. Then she moved the monitor away from me so I couldn't see anymore. Then she walked over to the table and this nurse started calling doctors. The next thing I know, these doctors ran up in my room. Then they said to me, Miracle, we have to rush you to labor and delivery. You and your babies aren't going to make it. So people, this doctor telling me I'm going to die. My kid's going to die. I was scared for my life. So I immediately pulled out my phone to call my cousin Bronya Hughes, my emergency contact. I tried to call her. I pulled my phone out to call her. The doctor by the name of Lorraine Gillian. I never forget that name. This doctor snatched my phone from me and refused to let me call my family. As they were wheeling me down the hallway to labor and delivery, I started seeing flashing lights, okay? As I got closer, I started seeing photographers. So I'm looking like, what the hell going on? So then I basically get right there by the operating room that they taking me to. And I begin to see this celebrity. This celebrity that played on the Blind Side movie. She was standing right outside of my operating room. And I'm looking like, oh my God, I see a celebrity. Like, I was happy for just a second. Like, with my childhood life, this was one of my favorite celebrities back then. And I see this woman, and I'm like, so happy indeed. But it was no article or nothing saying why this celebrity was inside of this hospital at all, period. So then I get in the room. They give me an epidural. They told me to stay still. If I move, I will be paralyzed. And I had to stay still for this long needle to shove inside my spine, basically to numb my body from the waist down. Now, how do I remember this? It's because I had a baby at a younger age, okay? So I know the routines of a, oh Lord, what I'm about to say. I know the routines of having a, what is that word I'm looking for? Because I didn't have my kids natural, a C-section. So I'm on the table, they lay me down, then they get the cut in through my body or whatever. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out, because if I'm 10 years old, having my first baby at 10, and I got a chance to watch my whole entire surgery, and I got to see exactly what the doctors were doing to me, I thought it was amazing to be 10 and get to see everything. So why am I in my mid-20s and being put to sleep against my will? If you Google, you're not supposed to be put to sleep given an emergency C-section. You could die like that, and you can never wake up. Any mother should knows that. That is what the epidural is for. The epidural do not put you to sleep. It numb you from the waist down. But this doctor was injecting something into my IV. An unknown substance, I want to say, making me woozy. And I had a small amount of something inside my system. I did not know I was pregnant, but had I known I was pregnant, I wouldn't have to self-medicate myself, but I had to self-medicate myself for my pain and suffering that I was experiencing, but I didn't know I was pregnant. But it was a small amount of a specific drug PCP, I want to say, that was in my system. Not enough, not a lot in the system. Like the doctor said, it was just a tiny amount. And like I said, I did that to self-medicate myself, you know? And basically, baby A was pulled out first. And the doctor walks to the table. I'm practically thinking she's going to suction him out, wrap him up, and then walk back to me. This doctor didn't even do that. This doctor took my baby A, walked over there to the table, and then she just automatically left out the door with my son. She left out the door with my son, crying and everything. So yes, he was not stillborn, he was alive. And he was a boy, and he had a rock of hair, so handsome. I never got a chance to name my son, hold my son, smell my son, kiss my son, nothing. I didn't get a chance to do anything. The doctor just walked out the room with my baby crying. And then, as I tried to sit up on the operating table, the second doctor, who was an African woman, I can't not pronounce her name, but she slammed it back down on the table. And she said, she didn't say it, but then that's when another doctor, Dr. Lorraine Gillian, came back in the room. And she stated to me, Miracle, we're not finished with you yet. Then she put gloves on and started to go back into my tummy. And when she went into my stomach again, she pulled out baby B. You see what I'm saying? Baby B was a boy. Now, again, this doctor walked to the table. She suctioned my baby out. She wiped him off and wrapped him up. Now, baby B, she came back to me and gave me my baby in my hands. Now, it's a lot with this story. And that's kind of confusion, right? Because baby A, she ran out the room with crying. I never even got the chance to name my son. Baby B was given to me, you know? And then, if I had a small amount of a drug in my system, why was CPS not involved, right? Because I could have sworn if you have drugs in your system, if you're pregnant, you're having a baby, CPS come and, you know, open a case, take your child, or et cetera, et cetera. That didn't happen in my case. They stole one baby, gave me one baby, and then being as though I was mistreated at Mid-Star Hospital Center, when they wheeled me to my room after delivering my twins, I seen my cell phone on the counter in my room. I immediately picked up my phone and I called my cousin Bronya Hughes. I let her know exactly what happened to me. She hauled ass up there to the hospital with the quickness. And I cried on my cousin's shoulders. And I told her, they stole my baby. They stole my baby. And then she was like, what? And I was telling her they stole my baby. I didn't even know I was pregnant. I was told I wasn't pregnant. And she was like, girl, how the hell did you have kids when you was just at the lesbian club doing splits and shaking your butt and you know, all type of stuff. I got that from my friend Jamelia Washington. Used to be a best friend of mine. Her nickname Duty. She didn't believe I had kids either. She was like, girl, you was just in the lesbian club having fun. Like, girl, you're a lesbian. How is you pregnant? And I'm like, I just had kids. She was like, girl, you lying. So they came to the hospital and seen it. And was amazed and was shocked. You know? And then I called 911 on my cell phone. Now, the police did come to Mid-Star Washington Hospital Center, but we never got a chance to talk to the police. Okay, Dr. Lorraine Gillian talked to the police, and she told them that it was the anesthesia making me see double, that I'm delusional, I'm high, I'm this and I'm that, just all type of fuckery. And the police didn't do their job. Because it's always two sides to a story. And then the police heard what the doctor said to them, right? But I'm the one that called the police. So the police should have heard my story as well. They did not protect and serve me like they supposed to. If I called the police should have heard my story. not just the doctor's story. Because this doctor cannot say that, oh, she's delusional, or she's crazy, or she's high. First of all, this is a OBGYN doctor we're talking about. So she don't have the authority to label me or put anything on my medical records if she's not a therapist or a psychiatrist, right? She delivered my babies and stole one of my babies. She don't have a right to tell the police that I'm crazy or I'm this or I'm that. That's wrongdoings. You cannot do that. You don't have a PhD to do that. So once again, I never got a chance to talk to the police. So then the next day come, which will be April the 18th. Okay? April the 18th come, they come and they get my son from me. And then they do a, what is it called? A circumcision? Yeah, they give my child a circumcision. Okay, so after that, I'm gonna say like several hours later, I called 911 again. Okay? Because me, a strong queen like me, I'm never giving up. So I called 911 again. After I called 911 again, I see that the police came to the hospital. Once again, I was refused to talk to the police. I was denied. The police was denied access to my room. Period. So I'm upset. I'm pissed off. I'm crying. I see the police leave out again. As the police left, two doctors come up in my room. Now what they say to me is, I'm starting to be a bugaboo. I'm getting on their nerves because I kept calling the police to the hospital saying that the doctor stole my baby. They didn't care about that. Okay? So the doctors then gave me some paperwork, which was some discharge papers. Discharge papers. Do you guys hear that? Discharge papers. And just think about it. I just had an emergency C-section on the 17th of April. The date that the doctors gave me papers was April the 18th. You guys know that's a 1 day difference. So how can I obviously get kicked out the hospital 1 day after having an emergency C-section? So they actually kicked me out the hospital, man, and sent me for home health aide nurse. Her name was Rima. Okay? An African nurse. Okay? I don't know what the agency she worked for. Somewhere on Georgia Avenue Northwest. I don't know. But all I know is I had a home health aide that was coming to my house, that was cleaning and making my food and stuff. So we immediately went straight to the court building. I filed a case for medical malpractice in a civil suit, right? Because this hospital stole my baby. I've been filing documents since April 2008, since day one. When they kicked me out the hospital, I went straight to the courthouse and filled out the documents. They closed my case. After receiving a birth certificate, I looked at my son's birth certificate. I see that the birth certificate was wrong. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I said, this is April. Why do I have June on here? So I said, they wrong. So I went to Vital Records down 1133 North Capitol Street, Northeast DC. And I spoke to someone down there, and I was explaining to them in Vital Records that, hey, I didn't have my son in June. It's not even June yet. I had my son April. Then they say, well, man, we can't change your birth certificate until you get your other child that was stolen at birth. So I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? So the whole time of me leaving this hospital and coming home, I got to try to keep myself in the same story frame, because I got a mindset of going all different places. So I'm trying to keep it together. So it's leaving the Vital Records place. I'm leaving out the office. I'm walking back to get in my vehicle. And people just acting funny in the world, like, was playing with me. Like, trying to snatch my baby, like the what is that? The chair that the baby be in, was trying to snatch the chair. I get to my building, the same thing happening in front of my building. So I'm like, everything is like a joke. And people might think people have posttraumatic depression after you have a baby, but no, I wasn't even going through that. I was drugged by this nurse. Every day she was cooking my food, you guys. She was literally putting stuff in my food, and I was not feeling like myself, right? And so I called my brothers over there. My brother Edward and my brother Charlie. I was living at 203 M Street Southwest, apartment 408. This is where all this happened at. So my brothers came to visit. They see how beautiful and pretty the nurse is. They didn't care about my well-being. I'm telling my brothers that something up with this nurse, like she's trying to kill me. They didn't believe nothing I was saying, right? They thought I was lying. And I kept saying, man, I don't feel good. So the nurse finished preparing this meal. It smelled good, it looked good, but I knew not to fuck with the shit, because I'm not stupid, I'm not retarded. And ain't nobody gonna make it seem like I'm retarded or crazy. So when she put the plate on the table, I immediately got 2 forks for my brothers. I let them eat my plate. 2 minutes, they collapsed to the floor. They dropped dead. They were out for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then they woke up, they didn't know what happened. And I said, yeah, y'all ate the food that the nurse cooked. I said, how y'all feeling? They said, man, we don't feel good. I said, yeah. Now, when I talk to my family and I tell y'all that this woman has been trying to harm me, none of y'all will listen. And then, now they listen, right? So, this is what happened. When I found out she did this, I was going back to the courthouse, and she went with me. So I'm doing paperwork on the hospital because they closed my case. So I had to reopen that paperwork for the hospital for medical malpractice. At the same time, I'm trying to open the case up on this nurse, right? And I just had to try to get her last name and try to figure out what agency she's working with. And so after doing the paperwork and documents, we left out the court. On the way, me driving home, the nurse asked me, can I stop at her house so she can unlock her door so her son could come in from school? Being as though she had to go back to my house, it wasn't time for her to get off yet. I told her I didn't have a problem with that because I really didn't, you know. I'm a nice person. So I took her there. She went upstairs. She said she had some baby clothes for my baby and that she wanted to give it to me. I said, okay, I don't have no problem with that. So my newborn baby is with my mother and my aunt Teresa, God rest her soul. My son Malik, the one with the missing twin, was with my mother and my auntie. So this time, I'm in the parking lot of where the nurse Rima live at in Maryland, somewhere behind the crossroads. Those apartments somewhere over there. I don't know the name of them. So to make a long story short, the nurse took forever to come back downstairs. So I was sitting in the car, I was sweating, I was hot, I was frustrated, and I was in pain. Remember, you guys, I got staples and stitches in my stomach. I just had a baby. So I'm calling the nurse on the cell phone. She answers, and I'm telling her, like, what are you doing? What's taking so long? Like, I don't feel good. I got to go to the bathroom, and I'm dehydrated. So she was like, come on upstairs to apartment 303. So I come up the steps, she opened the door, I come in. She walks me to her bathroom, okay? I use the bathroom, I wash my hands, I come out. Now, she's standing right there in the kitchen. She's opening her refrigerator. I'm standing right here watching her, right? So she pulls a pitcher out, and she pulls some in a cup. And then, next thing you know, she gives it to me. I drink it. Okay, I was thirsty as shit. It looked like Kool-Aid or something, or some juice. So I drank it. Soon as I drank it, it was like less than, I'll say 1 to 2 minutes, I collapsed dead to the floor. And I was paralyzed. I could not move. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I'm like, what the hell? So I hear voices, but I can't move my body. I'm freaking paralyzed, you guys. I'm paralyzed. I didn't know what to do. So I could not defend myself. I couldn't do anything, right? All I kept doing was hearing different voices around me. I couldn't feel anything or nothing. So when I woke up, somebody carried my fat ass, okay, because I was big as shit, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't have no cut cards, I don't hide anything. I tell the truth about everything. So I was real big because I had toxemia, and I didn't know I was pregnant. So the toxemia was the fluid that was inside my body that was swelling my body open and busting me open, and that made me kept collapsing. So the fluid was still in my body, and somebody carried my big ass all the way down 3 flights of stairs. When I woke up, I was put into my vehicle, and the vanity mirror was put down. So when I opened my eyes, I seen myself directly inside my vanity mirror, and I did not look like myself. Hell, I'm not gonna even lie. When I looked at myself, I looked like a fucking demon. I looked like a devil. I don't know what this African bitch gave me, but it paralyzed my body. And what I found out what she did was, okay, so I left. All I was thinking about was I was about to die, and I would not have time to see my newborn baby. So I prayed to God, and I tried to make it back to my mother's house off Bennett Road, East Capitol Street, over in that area on the Maryland side. And so I made it. I'm stumbling, trying to get in the door. I get in the door of my mother's house, and I'm stumbling. She see the blood. She see my clothes ripped off. I didn't even know what the hell happened to me, and I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? So my mother, she was high. I ain't gonna lie. She was high. Okay. But my mother said, God damn, girl, what the hell happened to you? And I was like, Mommy, I said, that nurse, man, she tried to kill me. She tried to take me out. She poisoned me. She gave me something, man. I said, I don't feel like myself, Mommy. I said, I feel like I'm going to die. I said, just let me get my son. Let me make it to my house. Because if I'm going to die, I'm going to die in my home. That's exactly what I said to my mother. I got my son. I stumbled to the car. I put him in the car seat. I snapped the base in. I made sure my child was protected before I pulled off. As I'm driving on the highway trying to make it back to my apartment, okay, I just kept getting weaker and weaker. So I had to keep pulling over. So from my mother's house to my apartment should not have took me that long to get there. It only takes approximately 20 to 15 minutes from my mom's place to my place of residence. But no, how long it took me was an hour and a half because I kept blacking out behind the wheel and I wanted to protect my baby. So that's why I kept stopping, pulling over. Then I finally made it to my apartment by the grace of God. I pull up at 203 N Street Southwest, right? In front of the apartment building. So soon as I pull up over there, I black out behind the wheel again. So I'm passed out. I don't know how long I was passed out. So when we woke up, I jumped up. I said, oh, my baby, my baby. So I turn around and my baby's still in his car seat, sleep, comfortable, quiet, you know. So I'm like, okay. So I get out the car. I'm trying to get myself together. I open up the back door. I unhook the base to the car seat. I grab the car seat with all my might. Okay, you guys, like I said, I was drugged, so I don't know what was in my system. But I made sure I held that car seat with both of my hands to the death of me, okay? And I tried to protect my baby by all means necessary. And I walked to my building. Now, as I'm walking to my building, 203 N Street Southwest, you have to have ID, okay? If you don't live there, you have to sign in with the police at the booth in my building, which is housing police, works there, okay? So, when I walk in, housing police see me. So, if you see me, right, you see a black girl. Oops, sorry, dude. So, you tell me if you see a girl that just had a baby, a newborn baby. You see me walking in the building, holding the baby in a car seat. You see me stumbling. You see me almost about to fall. First of all, you see a gash like this. going across my face like this, wide open. My flesh is hanging out my head. You see my clothes ripped off. You see blood everywhere, right? So if you see all this with a woman who's carrying a newborn baby, I'd be damned. Who would you guys call? I really want to know this. If you see someone bloody and beaten and clothes ripped off of them, who would you call? Okay? Because in what I went through, and the police seen me coming in my building like that, the police should have been calling the ambulance. They should have been calling 911. But no, they were never called. Once I made it upstairs to the 4th floor and got inside my apartment and got situated, taking my coat off and taking the baby out, the car seat, and laying him on the bed, and when I'm about to change my son's pamper, then that's when I get a boom, boom, boom at the door. So I'm like, okay, who was this? So remind you, it's late at night, y'all. It's late at night. So I go answer the door. It's a Caucasian woman with curly hair. Beautiful. She looked good. She smelled real good. And she states to me, CPS. She showed me her badge. I allowed her to come in my house. So I opened the door, allowed her to come in. She come in. She looking around like she didn't even get to look all through my house. When she come in, you're standing right directly in the living room. Now, I live in the ghetto, the projects. But truly, I'm telling you guys, when you came in my house, you would not think I lived in the hood. Because my apartment did not look like that. It was furnished. It was laid out. Okay? And so when the social worker looked, she was like, this gotta be a crank call. Okay? Somebody called CPS and sent her to my house. And when the woman came in there, I took her on a tour in my home. And I was explaining to her. She was like, oh, your baby is so handsome. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And I was like, well, one of my babies was stolen. I didn't know I was pregnant. I'm going through so much. I'm just leaving the hospital. And this nurse did something to me. I don't feel good. I don't feel right. And she said, well, where is all this blood coming from? And I said, my home health aide did this to me. I don't know exactly what was done, but I don't feel like myself. So the social worker said to me, I need to wrap my baby up and I need to go to the hospital and get checked out. She said, order to take care of your baby, you have to take care of yourself, right? So I said, okay. So I told her I didn't feel comfortable taking my newborn baby inside of a hospital with all those germs and stuff. And I said, when I wrap my baby up in his blankets and cover his face, everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. And she was like, no, ma'am, you're doing the right thing. He's a newborn. You're keeping him safe. You're keeping him healthy. She was like, don't mind nobody, but you do need to go to the hospital to make sure you're okay and to get checked out. So I did exactly what this social worker told me to do. I called the ambulance, and the ambulance came and put me and my newborn baby inside the ambulance and then took us to the hospital. I don't recall what hospital it was, but I was at the hospital. I waited. Then finally, I get in the room. And then a Caucasian male doctor comes in the room and asks me, well, what brings me in here tonight? I'm explaining to the doctor calmly. I said, well, doc, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. I said, I was sent home with a home health aide. And I don't know. I said, when she kept feeding me, I kept getting sick. I didn't feel like myself. I said, then all these gashes and these blood stains come from her apartment. I said, it feel like something's wrong with me down here, like something happened. And I said, I just had a baby. And then when he did all that, he looked down, tell me to take my stuff off. My stomach wide open. Stomach wide open. So you know, God is good, because I could have died. I could have freaking died. My staples bust open. this nurse that they sent me home with from the hospital, named Nurse Rima. I found out what was in my system. Okay, she inside of her apartment, like I said, I was paralyzed. I couldn't move, so my eyes were shut. It was heavy. It couldn't open, and like I told you guys earlier, I could only hear voices. I couldn't see anything. So I was attacked. Okay, a rape kit was done. Found out that I had was given 2 STDs. Okay, they had to staple my stomach back together again. The doctor went out the room and said he'll be back. I dozed off for a minute. I woke up to a strange smell inside my room. It smelled like funky onions, like stinky onions, like real sour, no good onions. So I see this man. He snatched my baby and then run out the room and say CPS. So this doctor called CPS on me. They take my son, my baby, no sign of neglect or abuse, right? No sign of neglect or abuse. So what the hell they take my baby for? You understand what I'm talking about? They took my baby and put him in foster care. Then the doctor came in the room and said that they need to keep me overnight for testing. But they want to put me on a psych ward against my will, right? In this psych ward, they give me a room. They put me in this room. I keep passing out because, like I said, I'm drugged. So I don't know what the hell going on. But when I woke up, I seen a cut like this inside the wall, which had a camera in there watching my every move. That's violating my HIPAA rights. No camera's supposed to be in the room watching me. That is violation. That is a lawsuit right there. So I'm upset about this. I really am. So when I try to sit up, these papers fall. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So someone set a letter on my tummy while I was asleep inside this hospital. So when I picked the letter up, I started reading it. And it was like, Miracle, you don't belong here. The medicine that we are giving you is for STDs that you were given. Yes, you were raped. And you have a lot of lawyers from a college that's on the way here to meet with you. They said once your lawyers get here, to make sure you tell your lawyers to ask the detectives to get a warrant for Nurse Rima's home and go search her house for crystal meth. They said that is what's in your system. I don't know what the hell that is, okay? But that's what the nurse poisoned me with, crystal meth, okay? She raped me, she beat me, she robbed me inside of her apartment, and then had someone place me inside my vehicle. Like I said, all this is a cover-up from them stealing my other son out of the hospital by this celebrity, okay? Why would I be speaking about this since day one inside the hospital? That they stole my baby. I've been calling 911. No police will talk to me. They send me home for home health aid. This home health aid has been poisoning me, trying to unalive me for so long. And then did this to me, and I had proof from the hospital that I was raped and abused. And still nothing was done. This nurse, if you guys want to look back on this, go look up go look up, how do I want to say it to you guys? Back here in the DMV, back then years ago, it was all over the news back then how these agencies, these nurse agencies, was stealing from the government, and they stole over a couple of $1 billion. And they had a scam going on, a scheme going on. All this was going on when that incident was going on. So my lawyers get me out. Then they tell me I have to do all this stuff on the list to get my son out of foster care. When I say there's no neglect or abuse, why is he even in there? So I fought like crazy. I got my child out of foster care. For the people that want to know, why is the baby pictures not adding up to your stolen son? It's because my child was taken away from me for a small moment of time, and this certain celebrity had my other son and was not posting. So that's why I look like the time frame don't add up. This unknown celebrity also is saying that my son is 14 instead of saying that he's 16. My boys literally turned 16 April the 17th. So I'm not understanding why my medical records are saying June 17th. And if you guys think I am lying, you can Google when did Pope Benedict come to the Nats Ballpark Stadium in Southwest DC, and I guarantee you it's gonna pop up that Pope Benedict was here in the month of April, not June. He was here for at least 4 to 5 days here, and I was on all the news stations as well. Okay, at my job. So again, why does my son that lives with me, his birth certificate is wrong and it's saying June 17th? My son was not born in June. My kids were born in April. Right there, the medical records has been tampered with. So I wanted to do a little research because people on the internet, when I first started posting in 2008, they tried to lie and said that I changed the medical documents. I didn't change any medical documents. So to prove me telling the truth, okay, I wanted to do research. So then I got to thinking, hey, the ambulance picked me up, right? So I'm going to say, let me call the EMC department and ask them for my records, right? So they kept putting me on hold. They kept putting me on hold. And then someone finally came through on the phone. And I asked for my records. And the lady kept putting me on hold saying, wait a minute, we're looking. Then the lady come back and say, this is very confusing and interesting. Like, how is it that all your papers are gone out of our files? Like, don't have any documents on you. I said, huh? That don't make sense. So then she put me on hold again. Then she finally come back to the phone and said, well, Miss Calza, we found one document, and I pray that it can help you for what you're looking for. So she sent it in an email, right? So when I tried to open the email, she had already hung up. And when I tried to open the email, it was locked. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So I had to hurry up and call back to get back in touch with her. So I got back in touch with the manager of the EMC department. And then she gave me a code. And she stayed on the phone this time to make sure that I could open it. So it opened. And I was reading it. And my EMC report states April the 17th. Okay? Then they say I was transferred for pregnancy. So again, I want to know, how did the ambulance knew I was pregnant if I was told the whole 10 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days pregnant that I was not pregnant? How did they transfer me saying that I was pregnant to the hospital? And why? I mean, the EMC report is backing me up. See? Because my ambulance report got the same date that I've been saying, the same date that Pope Benedict was here, which is April the 17th. So I know I'm telling the truth. So right there, that's saying that the hospital tampered with my medical records and lied and put a wrong date on there, trying to cover up the fact that they stole my child. But no, I'm not going out like that. A lot of people say, how did this celebrity steal your child if this child that this celebrity adopted is supposed to be a certain age? This celebrity is lying to you guys, okay? She's practically lying to you guys. My son is sweet 16. Sweet 16. He's not 14, he's 16. He has an identical twin brother that he's separated from. The truth needs to reveal itself, and I pray for justice every day of my life, because no woman deserves to go through what I'm going through. I see all these videos on TikTok and Instagram and how these parents is not parents and they don't care. I love my kids. I love all my kids as equal. And I will fight to the death of me for mine. And my son was stolen. And I'm not giving up this fight. I have been speaking about this matter since 2008. I have been fighting by myself since 2008. People have been trying to unalive me since 2008. I've been an author for 11 years, close to 12 years. It will be next month. 12 years I've been an author. And since my book been out, when I go to hospitals for doctor's appointment, I get mistreated. I get treated unfairly. For a prime example, I had an appointment for a CAT scan. I went to my appointment, and by the doctors reading your chart, they know that I cannot be inside of an MRI or around an MRI at any specific time, especially with the metal that's placed inside my body. So these doctors know this, and it's charted in my chart. So if I had an appointment for a CAT scan, why would these people put me in an MRI? Out of all the metal in my body, why would they place me in an MRI? And then the machine starts smoking and catching fire. Then I literally almost died. And they left me like that. And guess what? I've been looking for a lawyer for medical malpractice because now I can't be fixed. All my metal is snatched out of place, pushing on something dangerous inside my body that's making me collapse to the floor, that's making me have blackouts, that's making my nerve system is damaged. I'm going through chronic pain for the rest of my life, and all the doctors said that I cannot be fixed. But then they say medical malpractice ran out. I can't sue. But all my situations are criminal. People are doing harm to me, and I have proof and documents and everything. But I've been trying to get a lawyer. In all my situations, they have basically denied me of a lawyer and let the statute of limitation pass. So everything that the District of Columbia did to me, they're actually getting away with. It is not fair. Should no one deserve to go through the pain and suffering that I have been experiencing my whole entire life? I just don't understand the world. First, you take me from my mother and my father when I'm a baby. You put me in a system, foster care system, separate me from my brothers and sisters. I'm the baby of my family. So, me get taken, put in foster care, be abused, taken advantage of my whole entire life. And they say the system is set to protect the kids. Why does the system lie so much? That's what I want to know. How can you protect kids if you take us from our parents and then put us in the system and try to sex slave us and treat us like slaves? And where was the protection at? Where was the protection at? So you mean to tell me everything that happened in my life, everybody just gets away with tormenting me, right? They steal my childhood from me. Then they steal my music that I wrote. And now they take my baby. I'm still not understanding why is my life a living chaos? Why is this certain celebrity refusing to take DNA tests? If you have nothing to hide, and you know you adopted this little black boy through the proper protocol and procedures, if you knew you got the paperwork to back you up, and you know you did this legit, right? So if you know you legit, Why are you scared to take the DNA test? Why are you denying the fact to take the DNA test? See, that says a lot right there. I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. I don't care if you're white. What's wrong is wrong. And this celebrity is wrong for stealing my baby. The doctor is wrong as well. Dr. Lorraine Gillian sold my baby to this celebrity. Okay? And I have been reaching out to this celebrity since 2008 for 16 years. I'm tired of people saying this celebrity adopted a baby in 2010. She's only telling and saying what she wants you guys to hear. I wish you guys stop falling for the stupidness. This Caucasian celebrity wrongfully adopted my son, separating him from his identical twin brother. Hell, she probably been paying people off not to be my attorney as well. Why have I been fighting for 16 years and I don't have the money for an attorney? They're trying to charge me $50,000 for a retainer fee. I am a black woman who lives in the projects, who is on a fixed income, who is disabled and on disability. I'm a woman who has special needs kids. I am a single mom who deals with everything on her own. I am literally hurting every day. Not a day goes by I don't sit back and cry and wondering, will I ever get back my stolen child? I cry every day. I try to stay strong for my kids that live with me now. You know, I have to try to stay strong for them. Because if I leave this world, who gonna do for them? Who's gonna do for my kids? Nobody gonna take care of them the way a mom should take care of their kids. Hell, if I die today or tomorrow, you think my family gonna support my kids and do right by them? No, they're gonna be worried about my kids' check and wanting their money, and probably feeding them block cheese and shit like that. And see, my family, I've been reaching out to my family, like, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care, and it's sad. Because I've been crying and I've been having nervous breakdowns for 16 years, young. And by the grace of God, I thank God for the glory and the strength that He's been continuing to give me day by day. Because without my Heavenly Father, I surely don't know where I'll be right now. I really don't know. I probably would have lost it. I probably would have lost my mindset. I probably would have went crazy the way they wanted me to. But see, God gets the last say. And God always tells me, Miracle, you're one of my strongest warriors. He know I'm a fighter, man. And I'm going to fight for my rights. And I'm going to fight for my kids, man. My oldest son with the missing twin that lives with me, I had to put him in a program. Youth Guardian Challenge Youth Division program. 5-month program. Hoping and praying he do good and he completes the program. I just picked him up day before yesterday to go take him to a doctor's appointment. And he ran off on me to go see a girl and to go chill with his mans. That's not what the visit was for. The visit was for you going to the doctors. Good morning, sweetie pie. Good morning. You want cereal? Want dry cereal? Because you can't get no milk. You still sick.
Mom can get milk already.
Well, Malachi's gone to school, sweetheart. Malachi not sick. You the one sick. You've been home 2 weeks. You need to go put your socks on, princess. Go put your socks on and me eat some cereal. Alright? Where your socks? Go get your socks from upstairs. Because you done broke your slippers. And the floor is cold and I don't want you to keep getting sick. Go put some socks on and mommy come give you what you want. Alright? Socks on them big feet of yours, girl. Long feet like your daddy. Yeah, so I've been trying to keep it together. But I've been on different platforms telling my story. My story never changes. It's never going to change because it's the truth, nothing but the truth. This is a true story. This is true crime. And this is what I'm continuing to go through still on this day. So basically, yesterday, I took my whole day yesterday and I sat and I drafted and I typed up a letter, and I had my girlfriend to do some PDF files for me, and I attached it to the email and I sent it to several news stations around the world. I sent it to some journalists. I sent it to the Shade Room. I sent it to all these different places. I'm just praying for justice. I'm praying that my story gets across somebody that has a good heart. Okay, because like I said, I don't have $50,000 for a lawyer. That is too much money. And why should I have to pay $50,000 for a lawyer to take my case for a DNA test? Where is the niceness? Where's the love at that used to be in the world? Where are the lawyers at that take cases that know that it's a winnable case, and then you get paid later? Like, where are those lawyers at? Like, I'm tired of waiting. It's 16 years now. And this celebrity is lying saying my son is 14. My son is 16 years old. He will be 17 next month. All my kids, she will be 5 next month. My 11-year-old son that's on a school bus, he will be 12 next month. My set of twins, they will be 17 next month. Only person birthday is not next month is my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, she will be 33 in July. 33 in July. So I'm asking you guys to please share my story. Please share. Share as much as you can. What you say, Mama? You said what? Speak up, princess. Your socks is on? Okay. Come in the kitchen. Tell me what you, what you want. So, I'm really hurting because these doctors need to get in trouble. Okay, because this was planted. Um, the nurse need to get in trouble because she was sent home to finish me off. She was sent to finish me off to basically take me out. But see, God wasn't ready. It wasn't not my time yet. What cereal you want? Which one? This one.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. I know my kids, girl. I know. You like it because of the colors, huh? You like it because of the colors?
Yeah.
Yes. My phone fell down. You gonna eat in the dark or you gonna turn the light on? You gonna turn the light on so you see what you're eating, right? No, you shouldn't eat in the dark. It's not good for you. And my damn phone keep falling. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna give you a lot because you waste people food. And I don't have no food stamps. They don't give mommy no food stamps, no nothing. So we on our own, baby girl. Yeah, we have to let this food last until mommy can get some pocket money to buy some more groceries. Huh? I don't know why you asked for this and you know you're not gonna eat it. Mama, no more wasting mommy food, okay? No more wasting food, okay? You wanna be in here with no food in here? Do you wanna be in here with no food? Okay now. So when mommy give you stuff, you have to eat it. Whatever you ask for, you have to eat. You have to stop wasting my food because I don't get stamps. And food is cost too much money. It costs too much money. You slept good last night? Mm-hmm. You did? So, and my baby girl that I'm speaking to now, she's the youngest baby of mine. And so, You know what I practically did? And I'm being honest. Like I said, I don't lie about anything. So what I did was the last picture that I have seen of my stolen child on the internet, social media, I practically took that picture and I did a screenshot and I put a side by side picture with my son that lives with me and the missing twin. And the last time I seen the missing twin on the internet, he was with this unknown celebrity, and he's very tall, just like my son. Um, they look just alike. He had a red and black hoodie on, I want to say, with some sweat shorts or pants on, and he looks identical to my oldest son that lives with me. So that's kind of mommy, no, that's hot water. You need orange juice. Orange juice. What's orange juice? Real cup, real green cup. Why you keep taking dishes upstairs? Let me say no eating or drinking upstairs, mommy. Go get it for me, so I can pour you some orange juice. So basically, I need for you guys to really share my story. I need to be receiving justice. I'm claiming this year, 2025. There's something about 2025 that the Lord keeps telling me to push this story every day, to push the story. Because there's something about 2025. I don't know exactly what it is, but this celebrity has gotten away too long now with my son and not getting in trouble for what she did to me. Like, I don't understand how you really can steal my baby. How you can steal my baby and then you come out and go get a role in a movie of what you did to me in real life. You go and play a role in a movie called The Blind Side. And whatever parts you played in that movie, you actually did it to me in real life. That is the devil, young. That is the devil. You don't do stuff like that to people. Hmm. I don't understand that. Like, this celebrity should be behind bars. Not only did she just make the movie of The Blind Side, then after the movie with The Blind Side, she then, after getting these, like I said, because I've been fighting since day one, okay? That Blind Side movie came out in the year of 2008, 2009, okay? She stole my baby in April 2008. Then played the role in The Blind Side. Then after The Blind Side, and she was receiving my court documents. You can go look on my social media. I post the court documents. I don't have to lie about nothing. I'm not sugarcoat anything. I've been posting court documents for 16 damn years. 16 years of court documents against this certain in particular celebrity. So if I'm lying, then she should have sued me for defamation of character. Don't you guys think that? And I've been harassing this woman. Like, I've been literally calling her name. I drove to her mansion. Okay. Oh, let's talk about that issue. Okay. So after the Blind Side movie, then she came out with another movie called Bird Box. So after seeing that movie, it's like she know exactly what she did to me in real life. It's like she's tormenting me. And it's like she's going through a guilt trip of what she done to me. And the only reason why I say she's going through a guilt trip is because she did the Blind Side movie. Then she turned around and did the movie Bird Box. That's with the kids blindfolded. And that's like about my life too. The bird that's in the box, that's actually like my son that she wrongfully adopted. She has my son blindfolded from the world. Because if she don't have my son blindfolded, you best to believe my son would have came across my video by now. It's been 16 years I've been posting. She has my son nowhere near the internet. He's not allowed on the internet. He's blindfolded from life. Come on now. Why you think she took off her career to spend time with her kids? Not because she wanted to spend time with her adopted kids. It's because she kept getting the court documents from me. She know her time is coming up. She knows she receives those court documents, man. And she know what she done to me. She's not even denying the fact what she done to me. She's denying to take the DNA test because she don't want the truth to reveal itself. But God always says what's done in the dark always got to come out to the light. And he keeps telling me, Miracle, you know everything going to be all right. Stop stressing. But I love my God. But I don't think my God understands me quite well, even though I'm his child. I don't doubt my God. It's the point of me hurting. It's the point of me feeling trapped. It's the point of me feeling unloved. It's the point of me being taken advantage of. It's the point of me in fighting for my dear life by myself with no helping hand. It's the point of me reaching out for help. And they say mental health matters. Mental health matters. And the whole DMV know this happened to me. And I've been in therapy all these years. So why now they take my therapist from me, man? Why now they don't give me a therapist? Miss so not understanding. But they say mental health matters. Why traumatize my kids? Why try to unalive me and my children? Not only was I poisoned with crystal meth, but so was my children. This little mama right here was never born. So I only had my boys here. My oldest twin boy and my youngest twin. My little son. Okay, so we're going to take Big King to school. And so me drink some Kool-Aid out the refrigerator, Crystal Light out the refrigerator, me and my youngest son. We go drive to go pick Big King up from the school down the street on Mississippi Avenue. We get in the vehicle, we driving, and everything is everything. And as soon as I turn on Mississippi, I pass out behind. Before I passed out, I looked back, and my son was like this. It was unresponsive. I was the same way, but I thank God that the Lord shifted my car to not hit no kids, and it shifted it right in front of the principal, in front of my son's school. He know he don't see me like that. He know there's nothing wrong with me but back pain, chronic pain for the rest of my life. So he know he's used to seeing me every day. He gives me hugs, everything. Caucasian man, very nice and sweet years ago. So why is it that I shifted right in front of the school and passed out behind the wheel, and he was actually there to help us? He ran over there. He opened my door. He put that car in parked. He pulled me out. He called 911. And he parked my car for me and brought my keys back to the ambulance. And me and my two boys were sent to the hospital, Howard Hospital. There, they only seen me. They didn't see my kids. So for Howard Hospital, I was poisoned. I was poisoned with crystal meth. When I took my kids to Children's, they were poisoned as well. So can you guys please answer why, since I've been fighting about my stolen child and living in public housing and being transferred from one ghetto to the next, no one has keys to my unit but me in housing, right? So why is it me and my kids keep getting poisoned? It's a paper trail of us being poisoned. I don't even know what crystal meth is. I smoke my medical marijuana drugs. Okay, my medical marijuana, my weed. I have a medical card. The PCP was taken long time ago to self-medicate myself for my pain purposes. But had I known I was pregnant, I would have never put that shit in my body. But like I said, you can't always listen to doctors because doctors don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because they say PCP is a strong drug, it's a crazy drug, and people lunch and go crazy. Every human being is not the same. Okay? I'm going to repeat it. Every human being is not the same. What one drug do to a person, it does different to a next person. And the only reason why I'm going to say this is I had no medical treatment. Not for 9 months, but 10 months, 3 weeks, 2 days pregnant. Being told that I was crazy and keep giving negative tests. Only thing was in my body was PCP. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. I could not eat. I could not drink. I just smoked straight PCP. Okay? No, I'm not happy about it. I'm not. But I had to self-medicate myself because if I didn't, who was? Nobody. So I did just that. Now, if you hear doctors say, "Oh, that's a bad drug," or "That's a crazy drug," or "Oh, it had people jumping off buildings, killing their kids, and doing all type of fuckery that this drug is supposed to make you do." In my issue, it didn't do that to me. Okay, it actually saved my life. If you want to be technical, the only reason why I'm gonna say it saved my life was I had toxemia. Okay? My body was swollen. It was with a lot of fluid poison inside my body. A lot of fluid that made my body swell up like a blowfish, and I almost literally died. Okay? So with toxemia and with no medical treatment and me being sick the way I was being sick and taken advantage of with no medical treatment, I actually got to tell you guys that PCP really saved my life. It saved me. It didn't hurt me. It saved me. It saved me to the point of it saved my two babies as well. And the only reason why I say it saved me is because I noticed this from my other primary care doctor, Dr. Dana McGinty. Okay, I noticed this. Yeah, you sick, mom. You that cold not coming out, and I hope you don't got pneumonia, cause I keep seeing all these little kids dying and getting sent home, and the doctor's not doing nothing. You've been sick for over 3 weeks, and it's not going nowhere. This is really crazy. Come on, get this allergy medicine before I stand on this front. Come get this allergy medicine, mama. Cause I'm fed up. I swear nothing better not go wrong with my daughter. Nothing. And I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure this time, because I'm not even for this. Ain't nobody got be harming my fucking kids when I've been taking her ass to the doctors, letting them know all her symptoms, and they don't care. They don't care. They just keep sending her home. She been out of school for what, almost 2 weeks. School keeps sending her home. Then I take her to the ER. Then the ER, the doctor say, "Oh, the school don't have a right to do that," and all this and that. Look, I'm fed the hell up. I'm fed up. I've been giving my baby medicine after medicine after medicine. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. Allergy medicine, cold flu medicine, all type of fuckery going in my baby body. And I am not cool with medication. Medication harm our kids and stuff. Just like these vaccine shots harm our kids. But I have to give her something because I don't want nothing to happen to her. I really don't. So, yeah, I just gave her allergy medicine. And I just gave her some cough and congestion medication. Hoping something works for her. Because this has been over the time frame for her being sick. It just don't make sense. And yes, I've been stopped smoking. I've been under so much stress and over so much pressure. I'm overwhelmed. But these are non-menthol cigarettes, but I'm about to stop again. At least I'm not like everybody else that have it in their mindset that they have to have a cigarette, that they can't quit. I can quit. You know what I'm saying? But the stress is real. The stress is very real because I've been telling my story for 16 years. Nothing changed. I've been reaching out for a helping hand. Nothing changed. This woman did The Blind Side, she did The Bird Box, and then 2015, my auntie was hospitalized at Mid-Star Washington Hospital Center. Her name was Maud Horn, okay? And then my other cousin, Dolores Morton, she was hospitalized there too. So I had to get over my PTSD and my anxiety attack and panic attacks and go inside the hospital to go visit my family. And as I did that, I had a nervous breakdown. I really did. Going inside of that hospital, Mid-Star, had a nervous breakdown. But I got to see my aunt before she died. And I went to go visit my cousin. They was on the same floor, the fifth floor. And it was a Jamaican woman in there cleaning my cousin's room, and she was trying to sell the woman my book and was telling her about my book. And the Jamaican woman said, "I already know," and winked at me like the Jamaicans know something. And the only people in life that's helping me are Jamaicans. You know, Americans don't help out. They don't help me or nothing. Just like the police at the hospital. My therapist told me to go get my records, right? I went with my kids to go get my medical records from MedStar. They had me and my children walk in that hospital for 2 hours and a half. I was at medical records. They told me to go to the Cancer Institute to get my ultrasound picture. I don't have cancer. Why would you tell me to go to Cancer Institute? Like, they give me so many jokes on not giving me my medical records. I signed for my medical records again. Once I got those records, it's nothing in there about having a baby. It was something in there about what happened to me when I was younger and what I got locked up for. That's not medical records. That information not even supposed to be in my son's medical records. So once again, they're tampering with the records. And then, once again, I'm being denied my ultrasound picture. You guys gave me an ultrasound because that's how I knew I had twins. The picture was never given to me. I've been signing for my medical records, and my medical records has been missing. The ultrasound picture has been missing. And they're lying. I need help getting a lawyer to make them give up all the stuff that they have not given me and my therapist, which is my medical records. The medical records that I have, that I posted on here, are the original ones. And those were stolen out of my house. And they asked me, how did I get those little bit of records back? I got those little bit of records back by going back to my therapist agency at Umbrella and getting it off my file. Because, see, I see things before it happen. And I had visions before it happened. And God gave me that gift. It's not that I want it, because I don't want it. I'm scared of it. But God let me see things before it happened. And my house was going to be broken into, and I knew that. And I gave all my information to my therapist. And she put it on my file. And when me and my kids went to therapy, it was a burglary in progress. Now, I post the pictures all over the internet. Somebody pissed on my floor. Somebody put black stuff in my sink. And they terrorized my whole entire house. And when I found out and I started going through my stuff when I came home, it didn't look like nothing was missing. It just looked like they messed my house up. But after me doing digging, I seen that the folder that was in my safe with me and all my kids and grandkids information, everybody information was there. The only person information was missing was the one with the missing twin brother, which is my oldest son, Malik. Why was his birth certificate gone? Why was his social security card gone? Why was his medical records gone? And then once again, who will poison us again with crystal meth in our drinks in our refrigerator? Why every time we leave our home and we come back and we drink something, we drugged? So this is the reason I have with housing. Every time I file a lawsuit to sue housing, they keep throwing my case out of court. No matter what situation I'm going through, and I call for a lawyer, no lawyer seems to want to take none of my cases. Now the statute of limitation has ran out on all of my cases. I'm being fucked over. Like, for instance, a lawyer took my case for this recent hospital case. I was sexually assaulted by a tech. Just recently now. I was on live. The detectives was there. They had to take DNA, demand DNA off my body, and all this and that. Everything that happened to me is like crazy. And the only reason why I'm gonna say crazy, I'm gonna try to explain it to you guys. So this incident happened. This man sexually assaulted me. I reported it. I kirked out. I called the police. They came to the hospital. Everything was done professional. DNA forensics was done. Then they said they're gonna put a warrant out for the man arrest. Okay, and then I'll say 2 days later, he called his worker at the hospital and said that he was gonna commit suicide. They did a welfare check on this man, and he had a standoff with the police, Virginia police. Okay, I have the article on my phone. This man sexually assaulted me, and then the detective called me saying that she no longer can finish my case. And I'm saying, what the fuck you mean you can no longer finish? Well, ma'am, I can't finish your case if the person is dead. What you mean dead? I'm thinking she lying. So I had to wait and find the article and wait for it to pop up. And I'd be damned that this man had two pistols, refused to put it down, and the police shot him up. And now a lawyer hopped on my case and took the case and dragged it out for 6 months, and now saying he don't have the time to do my case. And now I'm stuck without a lawyer once again. Now the hospital about to shut down and fake claim bankrupts. So now I'm left without conversation again. Jesus Christ. Miss A, I know God is looking down on me. I know him see everything I go through, man. I know he see everything I go through. This is a sad case. This is a sad case. That's what I said. No lawyer would take my case. No lawyer would take none of my kids' cases. It's just weird. It's like this celebrity is tormenting my life. It's like she's paying people off not to help me, not to listen to me. All this stuff. But if I'm so much of a liar, why is this celebrity refusing to take the DNA test? Why you haven't sued me for defamation of character? Because I know I'm telling the truth. You don't want to sue me for defamation of character because that's my entry inside the courthouse. Yeah, this celebrity, yeah, she thinks she's better. You think you're better than me because you got money and you white and you famous? Girl, me gonna eat you up slowly. We're gonna eat your ass up. We're gonna eat you up alive. What you done to me is a crime, a serious crime. And I hope that they don't allow you to get away with what you done to me. You need to get in serious trouble. I hope they lock you up like they lock all these black celebrities up, like Puff Daddy, Diddy. They locking these black people up. They need to start locking white people up too. I'm not a racist. I got too many whites in my family. I love people all different race and colors. And I hope and pray that this world come together the way it's supposed to be. And instead of it still acting like slavery days and people thinking they better than each other and, you know, looking down on people instead of helping and helping the person out. Like, I just can't wait till this world become a better place again. This world is chaos. It's corrupted. It's too much stuff going on. And don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about you not unless you dead or you rich. And it's sad. It's sad. Because I'm not dead and I'm not rich. I'm poor as shit. And I'm fighting for the death of me for my stolen child. And I will refuse to give up the fight. I'm not giving up the fight. People have tried to unalive me and I'm still here. So that's telling you guys what? It's not my time to go yet. It's not my time to go. God got me walking in this purpose and fighting in this purpose for a reason. Because the Lord knows I'm a strong black woman. The Lord knows I'm one of those women who speaks and say what others will not say. I defend myself. I speak up for myself. You know? And that's the proper way of doing when it comes to life. If you don't speak up for yourself, who will? Ain't nobody going to speak up for you. Ain't nobody going to fight for you like you. And I know that that's my son. A mother knows their child. And again, why was this celebrity at the hospital? Why was she standing directly outside of the operating room I was to with photographers? It was a setup. It was a setup the whole time. How did the ambulance knew to transport me to the hospital for pregnancy? After I was told for 10 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days that I'm not pregnant, that I'm crazy, and I couldn't have kids. So, a lot of stuff Sound like it don't add up, but it do add up. It's a big ass crime. A big ass crime that was committed and was done to me. Now again, Lorraine Gillian. I met her in the year of 2015 when I went to visit my auntie and my cousin at Maystar Washington Hospital Center. Again, I got sidetracked there, so y'all gotta bear with me. So as I seen her, I jumped out of my car. I even forgot to put my car in park. My car was still rolling down the street. I had to run out of my car, dive in that bitch, press the brake with my hand, and literally stop the car, and then run back up the street and met this woman. And I said, "Hi, Dr. Lorraine Gillian." She said, "Do I know you?" I said, "Yeah, you should know me. You delivered my babies, didn't you, in 2008?" I said, "I remember you. You kicked me out the hospital." And I said, "You cussed the other doctor out because she would not inject me with an unknown substance that you kept putting in my IV that kept making me woozy." And then I stated to her that you kicked me out the hospital with a nurse that was there to kill me, but I'm still standing. I said, "I want to hear it from your mouth. What did you do to me? I want to know where my child at." And Dr. Lorraine Gillian broke down and apologized to me. Okay? She said that she was going through financial difficulties. She was going through something rough. She said that I was a lesbian. I came in there with no family, and she didn't think I needed two kids because I was a lesbian and I was by myself and I had a little bit of drugs in my system. So, because I had drugs in my system and because I live a life as a lesbian, that gives you the right to steal my baby and sell it to a celebrity and then make the world think I'm crazy. That's not fair. So then she said she's so sorry for the trauma that she had me go through and that she wanted to help me out. This is exactly what this woman said to me. She said she wanted to help me out. She stated, these were her words. She said, "Come and meet her the next day." Okay? She told me to meet her the next day at the hospital. She had some information that can help me get my child back. That's exactly what she said now. I said, okay. That date, wait a minute, let me get the date. Pull the date up because I don't lie about nothing. So that date would be the next day. That would have been a Friday, July the 10th, 2015. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Okay, I got the date right there. The only reason why I know this date is because I was already at the hospital signed in to see my family. I seen this doctor outside of the hospital. Okay? Dr. Lorraine Gillian. I spoke to her. She admitted stealing my child. She told me to meet her the next day. Again, the next day would have been a Friday. July the 10th, 2015. Okay? I packed my kids up. We got in the car. We was on our way going up there. Warming the car up. I'm talking to the people at the hospital, calling to make sure she there. They kept putting me on hold. So when they finally came back to the phone, they said, "Who am I?" And I said, "I'm a friend of the doctor. I'm supposed to be having a meeting. I'm on my way up there." Then she stated to me, "Well, if you're a friend of the doctor's, then you should know that she was found dead in her house this morning." Really? So reading the article of Dr. Lorraine Gillian, something don't seem right. This woman was healthy, no medical issues. I read up on her. No medical issues, no nothing. So again, if she came forward to me and told me she had evidence that she wanted to give to me that she stole out of my file, now she wants to give it back to help me. And she said she was giving me my ultrasound picture. But she can't give me nothing now because she was found dead in her house. Like somebody unalived her. So I could not get the information that she admitted to taking out of my file and supposed to give to me. Now being as though that, they can still give me my ultrasound, okay? Only reason why I'm going to say this is the woman is dead. But anybody that have a baby, MedStar Washington Hospital Center keeps medical records for 25 years in peace. Okay, it's automatically supposed to be a ultrasound picture in your chart, in your medical records, and then it's automatically a copy in the fume library inside the hospital. So again, why am I keep signing for my medical paperwork and I'm being denied? That's telling you guys what? I'm not lying. They're hiding something. They're hiding the fact that they stole my baby. And I'm going to fight because the truth needs to be revealed. And I want my child. I want my child. I can't sleep. I cook for my kids. I can't eat. I'm going through too much. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to trust. I don't know how to love. I don't have no relationship. Like, I'm in my 40s. I never got a chance to live my life. I have not got a chance to live my life. I feel so used and abused. I don't know what to do. All I do is just keep praying to my mighty God because the truth has to surface. And God knows exactly what I'm going through. He knows it. And I don't know what I'd be without my God because the strength he's been giving me has been amazing. It's been so amazing. Now, if I'm lying, okay, let me try to switch this around. If I'm lying, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a letter from my therapist over 10 years of dealing with. Okay, let me try to, wait a minute. Let me try to make it brighter. I can't see. Wait a minute. Let me try to make the light brighter. Okay, so go back to messages. Because I was just sending this to my home girl. So this right here, I don't got my glasses on. Let me make it bigger. March the 7th, 2018. She typed this letter up before she died of cancer. God rest her soul. It says, to whom it may concern, between October 2015 to present, Miss Kaiser and myself has communicated various conference calls with various staff at MedStar Washington Hospital Center to obtain medical records and sonogram pictures of her pregnancy and delivery without success. They have denied having any archive documents and pictures of her pregnancy and delivery in 2008. Additionally, there have been times where the staff reported a conflicting history of Miss Kaiser's pregnancy and delivery. Okay? So, no. Again, I'm not lying. Okay, let's see what else I got over here. Remember how I said they keep medical records 25 years in peds? Okay, this note was given to me by Joe Lennox, secretary at the hospital, second floor administrative review department. Joe Lennox, this man right here, called the police on me because I was crying and I wanted my medical records and my ultrasound picture. He called the police. It was Jamaican police already in the hospital. The Jamaican police came and stopped the DC police from touching one hand on me. The Jamaican police told them, don't touch her. She did nothing wrong. She did anything. We know what y'all did to her and she want her baby back. That's exactly what the Jamaican police officer said. Okay? Now, the secretary slipped this in my hand. This is not my handwriting. She said the man's name was Joe Lennox. His extension was 4968. She said 715 days response, 25 years records and peds. She kept telling me that the man was lying to me. And they just refused to give me my records. So these records are the ones that was at my therapist's office. These paperwork right here. Let me see. This one right here. That says firm newborns. PCP exposure. Like I said, had I known I was pregnant, I wouldn't have smoked. But those said firm newborns, meaning more than one child was born, right? So again, why am I being denied my ultrasound picture? Then, for people to say they don't look alike, you guys are tripping. Let me go dig in this for y'all. This is my stolen child on the right side, okay, with this hoodie on. This is my child that was stolen at birth. He looks just like my son that lives with me on the left side. They are identical twins. A lot of people say fragile, but I don't believe that because on my ultrasound it was only one big sac, and both babies were in the sac together. That means identical. They are identical. Look at the nose. Oh my God! Look at the nose. Look at the nose. Look at the lips. Look at the lazy eye. Look at the bushy nappy hair. Look at the bushy eyebrows. Just look. Come on now. They look just alike. Look at that. That's a newborn picture of my son with the celebrity. This is me on this side. Don't take a rocket scientist to know that this is my child. This is my baby. This is my baby, and I'm praying to receive justice. Here is another medical records. This one says infant circumcision. Okay, infant circumcision. Now y'all look at the dates because the dates is gonna throw you guys off. Now I want you to see the dates on these medical records. 6/18/08. That is the wrong date. Now I want you guys to look at this date and then I want you to go Google when did Pope Benedict come to Washington D.C. to the Nets ballpark stadium. And I guarantee you it's gonna say April, not June. So why are they changing the dates on my medical records? Now, this is another picture. This is my son that lived with me on the left side. This is my stolen one I found on the internet on the right side. Look at that. You can look more better now. Look at that. Look at the bucktooth teeth. You see the bucktooth teeth? Look at the nose. Look at the high cheekbones. Look at the same lazy eye. Y'all see that? Look at the same lazy eye. Then y'all can't see this, the heart-shaped head, but all my kids have a heart-shaped headline. A heart-shaped headline. This is my book. If you guys are readers, I suggest you go look online. My book is on Barnes and Noble, Kindle, and Amazon. Left for Dead: God's Unexpected Miracle. Briefing on the back. Can you imagine going through life being left for dead in every situation from birth? Author Miracle Kaiser with a story so harrowing you'll think it's a movie. I believe one day it will be. I believe my book will be a movie too. Can you imagine going through life being left for dead in every situation from birth? Can you imagine spending most of your childhoods in foster homes, being gang raped and held against your will, and institutionalized that abused me sexually and mentally? I don't think you guys can realize it. No. Can you imagine being coaxed into thinking you are crazy after not only seeing your sonogram picture, but actually knowing that I gave birth to twins, only to be told that I only had one child? Finally, can you imagine seeing a white celebrity adopt my child, making headlines all across the country, knowing that it's the twin to the child they try to convince me that I never did have? Get ready for the book, then get ready for the movie. This is a true story. Author Miracle Cousin has been left for dead so many times, but they weren't ready for God's unexpected miracle. So get ready for my unexpected miracle, you guys, because I'm never giving up. The truth has to be told. It has to be told. Yes, sweetheart. Wait a minute, baby. Mommy doing something right now, okay? So me and my girlfriend was working on all of this stuff yesterday. And this email. Let me go to this email. This is what I wrote to all the news stations, to Shade Room, to everybody all across the world. Newborn stolen at birth out of MedStar Washington Hospital Center. I sent this to the news, the media, every outlet that I can think about. I have been sending all my stuff off to them. And I'm just praying that someone picks it up and do my story. I've been reaching out to the news for several years, for 16 years straight. And they have been telling me that they don't want to be sued. No, y'all violating my constitutional rights. I have a right to be heard. I have a right to be heard. Just know I have a right to be heard, and I won't stop until I receive justice. What do you say, sweetheart? So what? Get a water bottle. Go get a water bottle because you just had orange juice. You get water now. Because you're not eating, but you're drinking up everything. That's a good thing. As long as I keep you hydrated. And then I want to show you guys something since I'm on live. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to do that. These are my cousins. Okay. Fatty and Skinny. Identical twins. Okay. Fatty on the left, she died first. Her twin Skinny just died a couple of years ago. No, you cannot. Put that in the trash, mommy. That's no good. That's not water. Don't play with me, girl. You're not getting nothing else out of there but water. So this is my cousins. This is my sons, my twins. These are my other little cousins that are twins, identical. I'm only showing you guys these are my other little cousins, okay? In their uniform for school. Okay, these are my other little cousins and their mother. Twins, these are my other little cousins that my other little cousin just had a couple of months ago. Twins run in my family, okay? And this is my son that lives with me on the right side. This is my stolen son on the left side. On the back of this picture, okay, I posted this because I stand with Ukraine. These racist pigs, are you serious? Then, if you look behind my son, look closely, you have these two teddy bears. You know what this white teddy bear means? Do anybody know what this means? This white teddy bear means child pedophilia. Child pedophilia. This Mickey Mouse right here, this means child sacrifice. I am reaching out to the world because I don't want nothing to happen to my son. I want to be able to see my son that was stolen at birth out of MedStar Hospital and wrongfully adopted by a celebrity. This is why I'm fighting so hard. Do you not see that behind my son? You guys should know exactly what the hell this means. This is child pedophilia, child sacrifice. And then you got the Ukraine, we stand with Ukraine over his head. Are you serious? Woman, I want my child back. I want my child back, okay? The truth is going to have to be coming out soon. I need my child home with me. I really need my child home. And if I'm lying, everybody doing videos of my story. Everybody. Oh, sorry, y'all. I don't want to show y'all let me show y'all another thing. What am I looking for? Let me show y'all something else. So you have here. Mama, where's the water? Bring me the water so I can pour you some water. Leave your hair alone. This is a nurse, okay, who was working at MedStar Washington Hospital Center. I don't know her, but she came across me on Facebook several years ago. And this is what she said to me. Her name is Rebecca Washington. She was a nurse at the same hospital. She said, sweetheart, yes, please keep fighting for your battles. Aren't just yours. You're not alone. Washington Hospital Center has been sending people children for years because I was a registered nurse and I was told to sign papers stating that the children were dead, and the doctors adopted the children to people living in the suburbs of Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. That is evidence, and this woman needs to go to jail, okay? She needs to go to jail because she has stolen a lot of people's kids and lied and told mothers that their kids were dead, and they would sell them right out the back door to the people in the hospital. This right here, I'm very upset because this celebrity is playing mind games with me. So right here is my son middle school pictures, okay? This was several years ago. My oldest son was in middle school. I paid for his pictures and I paid for my other son that was in elementary school pictures. Why did I get my youngest son pictures but never received my son pictures? Why did his pictures wind up in California, somewhere I never been? I never in my life been to California, okay? I don't know nothing about Cali. Y'all see he's in his uniform, right? So why was the pictures sent to Cali, dressed my stolen child like his brother? Look at that. It's a little blurry, but I'm trying to make it bigger. Y'all see that? The same haircut, the same glasses, the same body structure. So why did his picture wind up in California and then it was anonymously sent to me here in DC? And I did a side by side. After she posted this on the internet, I did a side by side, and they're identical. They're identical. Then I'm about to show y'all another picture. Wait a minute. Let me turn it around for a minute. Mama, give me your cup, because you're not drinking out my bottle. You sick, and I think you're trying to make me sick. Now, let me go to the other picture. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to zoom out of this, and I'm going to... Come on, girl. And drink that water, because it's springboard. I'm not playing with you. Okay, so... Let me go back to this. Okay, so... If you can see at the bottom, my son on the Elmo is my son that lived with me before he was put into foster care with no neglect or abuse. This was my son in his baby picture. This is my stolen child over here. Don't take a rocket scientist to know that they're identical. Look at that. It do not take a rocket scientist to know that they are identical. When is the truth going to come out? When will I ever receive justice? When will I receive justice? I want to know. Okay, so then we're going to go to this picture. Get a good close-up. I put the glasses at the top because I took my son to the eye appointment. Now, I've been seeing Lewis on the internet, okay? I've been seeing my other son on the internet. My son that lived with me, something was going on with his eyes. So I took him to the eye doctor. They did testing. They said he had stigmatism and something else. And a glaucoma or something. Stigmatism and something. So he had to get medicine in his glasses. He picked out these glasses. The glasses he picked out was the same glasses that's on his missing twin face. So great minds think alike. They're identical. They think alike, they act alike, they sound alike. Look at the haircuts. They got the same haircut. And they've been separated, but they've been separated from birth. That's what I'm talking about. How can they do all this and they've been separated? Look at this. Me and my son on this side, my stolen son on this side. They're identical. My son had dreads and this one don't have dreads. They're identical twins. When will I ever get a lawyer to help me? I am begging you guys. So my son liked to walk around the house like Batman. His father used to take my sheets, rip it, and make him Batman capes. Then as soon as I open my phone, this pop up on my phone. I said the devil is a lie. This my other son, his twin. They both liked Batman when they were younger. They both ride around in capes. Look at that. Look at that. And come on now. Come on now. I don't have to lie, you guys. I'm not making this up. Again, why was this certain celebrity at this hospital? Now, there were pictures on the internet showing her there. Now, when I start sending the court documents to her home, now all of a sudden, the pictures are off the internet now. Pictures are off the internet, but there's proof she was there. I told you guys I seen her with my own eyes. So, again, this woman did this to me, and is actually getting away with it. And that looked different in this picture. This picture looked like they aliens or something. But that is his twin. They're twins. Same haircut, same hairstyles. I don't get it. I don't get why people is not standing with me, fighting. I mean, because if it was somebody else, I would be right in that woman corner because nobody deserves to go through this. Nobody deserves to go through what I am going through. And I have been sharing my story for 16 years. 16 years straight, and I will never give up my fight. I will never give up my fight, y'all. I just can't give this fight up. This is my therapist. This was taken at MedStar Washington Hospital Center. Inside the hospital. Look at her sitting in medical records department. Sitting there. Reading the little bit of teeny records that they gave her. Okay? And she the one taught me about outpatient. That's my baby boy when he was younger. Outpatient and inpatient records. I only knew about outpatient records. I never knew about inpatient records. I started learning that through my therapist, and she explained to me, well, Miracle, the inpatient records should be right in your chart when you call 911 on the hospital, and you kept calling the police. They should have charted all that down, but all my notes were gone again, gone again. So once again, I know I'm not lying, you guys. I know I'm not lying. I'm so hurt. And then this is a screenshot of me talking to Steve Wilkos. Y'all see that? This is on my Instagram account, okay? Instagram. Somebody say call Steve Wilkos show so you can get a DNA test. I said I been did that. He denied me for a DNA test and a lie detector test. He refused to give me a lie detector test to prove that I am telling the truth. He refused to give me my DNA test. This is what Steve Wilkos said to me. If we did, then must be a good reason for it. And I said, and what reason is that? Because I called your show several times asking for a lie detector test and a DNA test to prove that I'm telling the truth. The motherfucker wouldn't even respond back. But see how this system works? How this system works is, I know I'm telling the truth. I know I didn't call Steve Wilkos for his show, right? I even called, what's the other man name? The other man, what's his name? Called Steve Wilkos, and the other man, Dr. Phil. Okay? Dr. Phil had my hopes up high. His people kept calling me. You and your kids ready to come down? We're gonna fly y'all down. We're gonna give y'all a COVID test, all this and that. So they promised me all this, and then they called me 4 days later saying, "Oh, you gonna have to get Sandra Bullock to come on the show." First of all, Dr. Phil, that's your homie. That celebrity is your homie. So won't you call her ass up? Okay? Because she was just on Red Table Talk on Jada Pinkett show talking shit. So I said, won't you call her and offer her on your show? You got my evidence, my documentation, my paperwork, and you see the pictures, you see all the information adding up. Now all of a sudden you don't want me on your show, but you stole all my documentation? Like, what is wrong with these people? These high class ass people get money and then don't know how to act. When y'all just seen Steve Wilkos tell me he's not giving me a lie detector test or a DNA test because he know I'm telling the truth. He know I'm telling the truth. But if that man was to try to help me, that man would lose his show. Get away from my thing before you knock my purifier down. Don't come in here turning no chairs, mama. It's too early for that. I'm not in the mood for that. Not today, baby. Not today. Not today. And when I speak facts, it always gets taken down off of YouTube. This was on YouTube, okay? And I screenshotted it and posted it. It was an article. It was a video. And the video was this. Untold truth about missing African Americans. Okay? That's what the article was about on YouTube. They took it down. And another article right here is what our melanin is worth. I posted all this. And when people went to go look at that video, they seen that I was telling the truth. And then the popos on YouTube took the video down. And on that video, it was a long video, and it stated that MedStar Washington Hospital Center is the biggest ranked hospital in the United States who steal kids and kids trafficking. It said that right there. It even talked about the Pizza Gate. If y'all from the DMV area, y'all should know I'm telling the truth. It's a place up northwest where you pizza place where you supposed to buy pizza, but that pizza place you order kids, young, small, big, small. Hello, hello, goodbye. I get that all the time on my phone. I'm so hurt, so hurt. They've been play on my phone for all different numbers, but pizza gates, all that. Let me see. Who run stuff like this? This stuff is way bigger than me, baby. When I say the Pizzagate, not only they never even closed that restaurant. That restaurant is still open to this day. And guess what? They opened up another pizza place a block away from there. And they doing it at both places and it's still open. Still fucking open. You understand that? So they like kids trafficking. They like doing shit like that. But who running this organization? Who run this organization? Y'all really want to know? I don't want to be banned or barred or nothing. YouTube, please don't do this to me because it was on YouTube. So it was Hillary Clinton running this operation. Hillary Clinton running this operation, baby. There's also a video on YouTube. It was called Food Nagger for Thoughts. I don't know why, but that video is not popping up either. I used to play that video on this website called Bingo that I used to work on. And I posted that video every day. And people would come up and they would look at the video. And it was 3 hours long. And they show how these celebrities, Queen Elizabeth, they say she reptilian. Reptilian. And this is what I've been saying for years. And I've been saying this about myself. Like, I know I look human to you guys. I feel as though I'm human, but I don't feel like I'm all the way human. And I say that for a reason because they do stuff to you behind closed doors. And you would never know the stuff the government do to you behind closed doors. And what Miss say this is, me wake up with a Jamaican accent, me wake up growling like a lion, me wake up 4 legs. So tell me why all this is happening to me. And I'm supposed to be human, right? Like, it feel like I'm not human. It feel like I'm half lion, like half robot or something. Like they did something to my body. And now I'm not just the only one saying this. It's been people saying this way before me. All you gotta do is try to find stuff on YouTube. Like I said, I'm so sorry that this video is gone. It was called Food Nagger for Thoughts. And it showed how the tunnels, they had them tunnels. Something I've been talking about for a long, long time, way before the other little girls started talking about the tunnels and stuff. I know about them tunnels when I was in foster care because they had me going through the motherfucking tunnels. Had me raping me and doing all type of shit to me. I knew about that, but I spoke on this all my life. Why wasn't nothing done when I said anything? So now, people bringing it up now, but nobody listened to me in the past. And also, Queen Elizabeth, she used to throw these parties, sacrifice parties. And on that Food Nagger for Thoughts video that was on YouTube, it had all the celebrities, the rappers, movie stars, all type of shit having parties together. They did blood sacrifice. Why you think Princess Diana left the mansion? Okay? Yeah. Yeah, let me get into this. So, Princess Diana made a video. It was on YouTube. She walked in on Queen Elizabeth and other people drinking blood from a cup. And they seen the blood and a body laying on the table. They did a sacrifice. They were drinking blood. They were doing rituals. Queen Diana was, I mean, yeah, Princess Diana was scared. So she left out. But she was on that video and she stated that she don't think her mother-in-law is human. Then her eyes in the video, Queen Elizabeth's eyes changed color like a reptilian. A reptilian. Now, if you think I'm lying, y'all need to go find a video on TikTok with two little white boys, like 5 and 4 years old, was watching Dr. Phil's show. And these little kids pointed this shit out, okay? So I know I'm not lying. They did it in slow motion and everything. So, what I mean by this, these kids recorded this and posted it on TikTok. They were looking at Dr. Phil on the TV. They paused the TV, they zoomed in. They said Dr. Phil was a alien. Because when you zoom in, you see his eyes change colors like a reptilian. And then it went back to the normal color. And people need to pay attention because it really happened. I watched that video over 1,000 times and I said, I know I'm not lying. I know I ain't crazy. I know I ain't crazy. The same thing. These people are selling their soul to the devil. They're selling their souls to stay rich or stay with money or stay with their music career or whatever. I would never in my life sell my soul for my child. I'm sorry. I just cannot do it. I have several emails, several text messages coming through to my Instagram account, to my Facebook account, over 16 years now. Anonymous emails and texts. Are you ready to sell your soul for your child? No, the fuck I'm not. No. No, sir. No. I'm not selling my motherfucking soul to no devil. The devil, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. That's what you can do, baby boy. Because I'm not selling my soul. I am God's child. It don't matter if I smoke, drink, or not. God loves me for who I am. I have this with my father. Okay, we talk to each other. Okay, I explained to him. I talked to him about my situations, and he loved me for who I am. I'm not gonna change and sacrifice myself for nobody. I can't do it. And God keep telling me, just tell my story. Just tell my story. My time will come. My day is coming. And I guarantee you that. My day is coming for whoever played the role in what they done to me with stealing my son out of that hospital. I pray that everybody gets in trouble. Everybody that covered this shit up, I pray that you all get in trouble. I'm not going to wish death upon nobody. I'm not going to wish bad upon your kids. But the experience that I had to go through for my life, it hurt so bad. It really hurt so bad. And I've been keeping it together. But I'm praying to my God, my Heavenly Father, please, Lord, I ask for you to open the doorways. Open the doorways up. I can't take it no more. The truth need to be revealed. And then this is interesting too, y'all. I just found this other documentation out. So this is another medical records that my therapist found. This my primary care, so y'all know I'm not lying. The man say Dr. Garber right there, a white man. That motherfucker lied to me and told me I wasn't pregnant, can't give me negative tests. So y'all know these records are real. Y'all got my name right there. This Karen Mullah, it say attorney. I don't know this woman. This ain't even my handwriting. So this woman faked like she was my lawyer back then. Needs to talk to you about one of the patient's children. Do y'all see that? This lady is faking like she was my lawyer and told my doctor that she needs to talk to him about one of my children. Again, if I had one child and I didn't have twins, again, I just showed y'all the paper. Why is this woman faking like she my lawyer and she say to my doctor that she need to talk to him about one of my children, meaning I have more than one child? What the fuck am I lying about? With all this evidence, I can't get in the courthouse. I can't get a lawyer to take my case. Are you serious? This is evidence right here about one of my children. Meaning it was more than one that was born. I don't have to lie about anything. All I want is to be heard. To be heard. Come on now. This is me. This is me signing for medical release of information. Come on now. Look how many years I've been doing this shit. Then I had to take a picture of the birth certificate because not Dr. Garber, but Joe Lennox at MedStar Washington Hospital Center and on the second floor, he told my therapist, because I showed you guys my therapist's letter that she typed up before she died of cancer. Now, the letter that I showed you guys, she specifically state that it was various conference calls. Okay, now look at my face. When my therapist say on her note that we did various conference calls, meaning it was me and my therapist on the conference call with the hospital, with Joe Lennox. He specifically told my therapist I didn't have a baby there until 2013. That would be my youngest son, that's 11. Again, 2013, right? Okay, so here we is. I'm about to show y'all some more evidence. I can't really show y'all too much. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm not gonna put my son information all out there. That right there say what? June 17, 2008. See how I told y'all I tried to go to Vital Records to get them to change the date because they had it on there wrong. 6:29 a.m. in the morning, mail. Then it say DC, Washington, DC. This birth certificate says Washington Hospital Center. See that? Dr. Lorraine Gillian. Okay? Okay? So, again, we have this man on recording. Joe Lennox, Administrative Review Department of MedStar Washington Hospital Center. We have you on recording. Conference notes with my therapist. Specifically telling my therapist I never had a baby there in 2008. Then what the fuck is this? What does this birth certificate say? MedStar Washington Hospital Center. How am I lying? How am I lying, you guys? Please ask me. Tell me how am I lying. You want more water? Did you drink this water? Stand right here and drink it, because I don't trust you. Stand right there and drink it. Don't move until it's gone. Because I don't trust you, Mama. I really don't. Let me make sure you're drinking that water, sweetheart. You drunk all of it? Good girl. Oh my God, your nose. Oh. Wait.
What are you doing, Mom?
I'm about to blow your nose, girly. Blow hard. Hard. Blow harder. Come on, you can do it. Blow. Blow with all your might. Push it out. Push it out. There you go. Woo, child. Ooh. Come on. Blow again. Hard for mommy. Blow, girl. Come on. Blow like you mean it. Good girl. Go put it in the trash. Make sure it go inside the bag. Don't throw it on my floor. Don't be nasty. I'm watching you. So you guys, I'm telling y'all, I'm not lying. These are my little cousins. Remember I said both of the twins died. These are my cousins. Twins run in my family like clockwork. Mommy, I'm not making no pancakes. You just had cereal. Why you want pancake? Why you keep asking for everything sweet? You starting to sound like your brother to me. You understand? Why you want everything sweet, man? It's not fair.
Just having a casual conversation with my sister.
I could not bear to throw it away, so I planted it in the garden.
And somehow the subject came up about Sandra Bullock. And the conversation was that allegedly the little boy that she's adopted has a brother.
Turn that TV down, girl.
That's been looking for him. Yeah. And I know that Sandra Bullock has money. And I know allegedly she stole a black person's baby. And I know that black women usually go unheard. But what I think is that Sandra Bullock is falling into the same category of the audacious attitude that most white people have when they forget that we have power in our voices and our advocacies, like myself. So, let's talk about it. So, if this algorithm gets to Sandra, because I know you guys ain't invisible, though you guys like to pretend like y'all have like this godlike complex when y'all start to get a lot of coins. So y'all act like y'all don't see things, but I'm sure you do. So hopefully the algorithm find you. Miss Sandra, quick question. As large as your platform is, and as big as your brand is, how come this allegation you're not addressing it? Why are you so mute? Because this is a huge allegation for such a huge brand. So why aren't you responding to it? I have another question also. How come all of the pictures that you have on your Instagram of this little kid that you've adopted are from when he was young? Why is it that there's no updated pictures?
Exactly.
Is it a possibility that he's going to look very much like his twin brother?
Yes.
And his mom, who's been saying her voice is going unheard? Damn it.
Hello?
Hello?
Morning.
Yeah, did you get my text?
Oh, I ain't even get a chance to look at it. What you say?
It said 11:30. Are you available at 11:30 today?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Okay then. All right then. I'll see you then.
Did you get my message from the other day?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I
About the
thought about it.
SSI appointment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay then. All right, I'll see you at 11:30.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. That was my community support worker. Let's get back to it. Sweetheart, what you say? What, mama? What car? No, we not going nowhere, mama. No.
It's hard to pull out, go to jail, and I get my son back. So please, I'm begging you for the truth to reveal and come out soon.
This is very... Now, same nose, same eyes, same mouth. So, why wouldn't you want to give this lady a DNA test? Why would you not want to prove that potentially she's lying about something? If she supposedly had signed her rights over to you so that you were able to adopt one of her sons, then why aren't you or your publicist or somebody in your camp coming to your aid and saying she's lying? Or could it be the fact that you have such the white privilege that you feel that in today's years that you can take someone's black baby like they did our ancestors? You know how they used to come in the middle of the night and take people's children and sell them into slavery and to like auction them off and tell them that they were good, fine, young, able to work bodies. And you think in this day and age that you would be able to steal a black woman's baby and not be able to acknowledge that? You can't be that. You can't be that privileged, right? Because you do know that myself and other people like me is going to speak about it. And you do realize that a lot of the freedoms and the things that we have today is the reason why we was able to have a black president, a vice president, some billionaires now, some doctors, some lawyers. You do realize that it was the past advocacies that allowed us to have some of those freedoms.
Amen,
you do
sister.
also know that not only do we have black advocates that advocates for us, we don't have fake allyships. We be having real allyships that really would help wake this situation up. So she might not have the finances and the money to get her son back. Oh, but baby, she have our voices. I've been schooling Lou since he was 6 years old. He popped that hoodie on his head, and I went, ah. Yeah. And I said, let me just explain. And I let him see. So now, Sandra, how conveniently that when you were sitting amongst black people, you found a way to water down what you really was trying to say. But then when you were sitting amongst white folks, this is what you said. I have a beautiful black son. It's at the age of 6. He popped on a hoodie, and I was like, we're going to have a conversation. It's different for you than it is. And I said, what does it look like you're doing with the hoodie? And he says, well, I look like I'm hiding. Do you have anything to hide? He said, no. I said, then you don't need to wear it like that outside. I said, people are scared and will react to you differently. So when you get around your white people, you acknowledge the fact of their fears, that the reason why your son supposedly said that he looks like he's hiding something. Now, why would a 6-year-old think that he was hiding something? Or the fact that you tell him that he wouldn't be able to wear that because people are afraid. Let's talk about that, though, right? Let's talk about white folks being afraid. White folks are not afraid of black people because they have no reason to be. Mm-hmm. Because white folks are still the more dominant race when it comes to financial stability, white supremacy, and everything underneath that category. You guys do not fear black people. There's no way that you can fear black people when you don't fear prehistoric animals. When you guys domesticate animals that aren't supposed to be domesticated. When you're swimming with sharks and having all types of friends and reptiles. At the end of the day, no, that term scared or being afraid of black people, especially, is overutilized with white women. It's a way to control the narrative so that when your white counterparts are unaliving and hurting us at a far greater rate than they would ever you're able to justify it by utilizing the term scared or afraid. So now, let me just say this again. This is all allegedly. However, I feel that it would be quite far-fetched for a woman that looks exactly like this little boy, coincidentally, to come out and say, this is my son. She's stolen my son. Okay? And that somehow she wants this to come to the forefront. Now, again, who knows? Stranger things has happened. And it's a possibility. It could be a misunderstanding. And that's cool. But we would like this misunderstanding to be addressed, Sandra, for the sake of the black community. Since you like to indulge in black conversations like the ones that you had at Red Table Talk about the black son, quote unquote, that you're raising, and that all of a sudden, it's so weird. It's so weird that white women, such as women like Sandra Bullock, would like to include themselves in certain things like this. I've seen Angelina Jolie come and talk about the white son that she was raising, and many people alike. And I understand that when you're raising black children, first and foremost, black mothers have a hard time raising their black children. So I know damn well white women wouldn't be able to have these same conversations and be able to do it easily at ease. Okay, so I get that, and I understand that. But I also think that it would be a lot easier that if you guys stop falling within the trends, because I know that in Hollywood and everywhere else that it's really trendy to own a black child. Okay, but if you were to adopt children that were like you, it'd be a lot easier. And let me just also address this thing when you said about hoodies and that he shouldn't wear it like that. Why would they create hoodies if you can't wear it on your head? Mm-hmm. The purpose of creating hoodies is to protect you from certain weather, snow and rain, etc. So why, if you're black, as a child, a 6-year-old that is, wouldn't be able to wear a hoodie? Why wouldn't your 6-year-old son be able to go outside in your privileged neighborhood with a mother such as big as your brand is and be concerned with wearing a hoodie? He shouldn't even be unsupervised. He should be with you or one of your nannies. So he should be okay with wearing the hoodie. So you were saying that to impress the masses. Of course. That definitely wasn't for your son. Okay? That's first and foremost. Anyway, Sandra, take a DNA test. Prove us wrong. Show a contract that you and this woman had that you were able to adopt her son. And if you've stolen this black woman's baby, don't ever think that you got that much money that you're above the law. Okay. You're going to jail. So guys, make sure you share this video because we want to know, Sandra, what's going on. Talk to us. What's happening?
How did I put this on here? Green screen. How y'all
Well,
take this off?
so I was minding my business this morning, just having casual
Jesus. I don't
conversation
know
with
how
my
to.
sister.
Okay.
The subject came up about
Okay. I
Sandra
don't know how to do this
Bullock.
green stuff, y'all. But something got on my phone. But now I'm about to show y'all another video. If I can find it, just hold fast. Because this is sad. It's not like I'm making this up, man. I'm just praying. I want the truth to reveal itself. I need for the truth to surface. I'm so hurt behind this situation. I know I'm telling the truth, but I'm just not being heard the way I should be heard, and it's not fair. It's really not fair at all. I'm looking for this other young lady video. She did of mine. I like her videos too. Okay, here she go. I have a lot of questions pertaining to Sandra Bullock. This is the first time I've heard of someone claiming that she stole her newborn son, who has an identical twin brother, at birth. And apparently this woman has been telling this story, allegedly. Sandra Bullock did this allegedly. But she's been telling this story for years, okay? And I just have some questions and observations. Now, if someone was saying this about my child that I adopted for years, I would go through the proper authorities, have a DNA test done, let them investigate the adoption agency, the process I went through. Because if I went through a proper adoption agency and went through the proper channels and didn't cut corners, there should be no issue. And if for some reason the adoption agency wasn't on the up and up and did cut corners without my knowledge and did actually steal someone's baby, I would want to know, because I would be mortified. My other question is, if this woman's allegations are so outrageous and wrong and she's been saying them for years, why have you never sued her for defamation? Because then you could easily go into court and prove that she's lying, right? Right? You could prove she was lying, right? Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Today's the first day I've heard about this whole situation, and nothing about it sounds kosher. This all seems so dark and suspicious. I have a lot of questions pertaining to... Okay, so that's one video. We just watched
Y'all ever saw that video when Diddy was on live and he had this little white girl looking scared as hell? And the weird part about him saying that he adopted a girl is he was like, I know it sounds weird, but no, it ain't like that. It's like, Madonna adopting a child or Sandra Bullock. And I'm like, who? First of all, Madonna, she got conspiracies against her and her adopted baby. But Sandra Bullock, he kidnapped a black woman's child, and the black woman is on TikTok saying that she want her child back. See, I can explain it all over again on this video, but I need for y'all to go look at that video and see her say it for herself. Like, see her explain it. I put clips on there. But so basically, she was saying that she went through a cryptic pregnancy, the pregnancy where you don't know you're pregnant the whole entire time. She was in and out of the hospital for pain, and they was telling her, oh no, it's just fibroids, it's this, it's that. They was running her around. So on the day of her giving birth, she, mind you, she didn't even know she was pregnant. So she just going on about her day. She's supposed to be doing her job, catering and stuff. And she felt like a huge load amount of pain. So she ended up giving herself her own medication. It was a drug. It was a strong drug at that, I ain't even gonna lie. But that don't matter. So later on that day, the pain, like ain't shit going on, it's not helping. She ended up passing out, and her neighbor had to send the ambulance. So she arrived at the hospital, boom, boom, bang, they had to do the setup. And she seen Sandra Bullock in the lobby room, while she was on her way, to give birth. She was looking like, what's Sandra doing here? But anyways, life goes on type thing. Because, you see a celebrity in the hospital, you just going to be like, oh my gosh, what they doing here? And then that's it. You ain't going to think much of it. So she said when she was giving birth, right, she seen that she gave birth to 2 baby boys. She seen the nurse leave out the room with one of the babies. She probably didn't think nothing of it because, they don't usually go clean the babies off and all of that. So then later on, she's like, okay, where's my other baby? In the hospital acting confused. And she's looking like, hold up now. This gotta be a joke. Y'all ain't fucking playing with me. Where's my baby? Them people try to make her look crazy, y'all. They was like, you came here with drugs in your sisters, and you ain't have no other motherfucking baby. Then get your ass out this hospital. Damn. They're trying to make her seem like she was crazy. Oh, you can't hear with drugs in your system. You don't know what you're talking about. You cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what they do though. That's how they get you. That's how it goes in the trafficking industry. So many people was asking like, why would they want her baby? She seemed like a drug addict. She seemed like this. Oh, why would they want her baby out of all people? They target people like that. Who the hell gonna believe that your baby was kidnapped if you a fucking drug addict? You was on drugs when you came in the hospital to give birth. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people in the comments also was asking, how did Sandra Bullock know to arrive at the hospital? How did she even know the lady was gonna give birth? This is the thing about the trafficking industry. See, the trafficking industry, everybody plays their own role. Just like the nurse, how she played as the role to take the baby away and send it somewhere else. That was her role in, in this kidnapping. And it caught up with her later. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So mind you, she was in and out the hospital for pain. They was telling her she had fibroids and all of this. So let's say they knew she was pregnant the whole entire time. They just never informed her. They knew her due date. They knew to expect her around this time of the year. So when she arrived at the hospital, boom, she set off that notification. They send out the word like, hey, we got Miracle Krauser here. That's her name. We have Miracle Krauser here. Make them phone calls and see who want the baby. Or let's say they already promised Sandra Bullock this particular baby, and so they made that phone call to her like, okay, she's, she should have her baby around this time, and Sandra's like, okay, let me call a plane, let me call a jet, anything. She rich, goddamn it. That would explain how she was already at the hospital, when the lady was, being transferred to the labor room. And mind you, I seen pictures on the internet. I did my research. Sandra Bullock definitely was at the hospital. Another question that a lot of the people in my comments was asking was, why would Sandra Bullock kidnap a baby when she could just adopt one? Who do y'all think be buying the kidnapped babies?
Celebrities.
People like me? You think I could purchase a kidnapped baby?
Hell no.
You think I can purchase a kidnapped baby? Rich people are the ones buying those babies.
Amen.
Do you know what all they gotta go through in order to sell these babies?
Money.
They have to have the doctors in on it, the nurses in on it, the
and
hospital, the adoption agencies, other organizations. Money talks. Simple as that. I don't know why she didn't choose to adopt. I don't know. Maybe it was easier to get a kidnapped child. I don't know. Maybe the adoption agency was telling her it'll take you about 8 years until you're able to adopt a child, and she wanted the baby within 2. I don't know. Now, remember when I said that the nurse who took the baby out of the room, she played her part and it caught up with her later? So apparently, Miracle, which is, the lady whose baby was kidnapped, Miracle went to the same hospital years later because her cousin gave birth. So she went to go visit her cousin at the hospital. Why she seen the same nurse up there while she was at the hospital? She seen the nurse in a maternity area. So she confronted the nurse, and the nurse, she was like, all right, you got me. Honestly, it's been eating me up all these years.
Be the doctor, not the nurse.
We can talk, meet me, I'll give you some documents, so and so and so and so. I can't remember if she gave her the documents. All I remember is that Miracle Watts definitely have some documents that indicates that she gave birth to 2 babies. However, the nurse died like a day after she met up with Miracle or talked to Miracle. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know if it was the exact day after, but Miracle said this lady passed away right after. I did my research. The lady definitely was found dead at her home, and she was an older woman. So 9 times out of 10, they probably said it was just. I don't know how they said she passed away. I don't even know if they even said how she passed away. I don't think they did. And mind you, she's not a celebrity or nothing. She's just a nurse. So when I googled it, it just showed that she passed away in her home during this year and so and so. I think it was like 2015. And you know what's crazy? A year ago, Miracle, she was posting about her son, and it went viral, so people started to know. Tell me why Sandra Bullock sent court documents to seal the case. Child. I wouldn't be sending no court documents. Shit. You're not gonna put these accusations on my name. You know what? Come get this DNA test now. Y'all. Sandra Bullock have yet to deny these accusations. However, she would not do a DNA test. All she wants is for this woman to stop trying to get close to her son. Her and Sandra Bullock has been in contact before, at least through court documents. Like Sandra Bullock knew about this woman. However, she would not let this woman have a DNA test for her adopted baby. And I feel like if you have an adopted child, you know that's not your fucking child. So you should be like, you know what? let's go ahead and do the test. I wouldn't even want no accusation like that on my name. So, you know what? I'm going to give you the test. It ain't even about my child. I don't want my child knowing, his birth mother. It's the fact that you making these accusations and you messing up my name. Like, that's a harsh accusation. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a DNA test, but I don't mean you're gonna keep you gonna get to know my son. Cause if you really wanted him, you wouldn't have gave him up. You know,
I never even gave him up.
no mind, he wasn't even giving up. He was kidnapped.
Exactly.
Shit. Anyways, if you loved your child, you would let his mother, you would give his mother some type of peace if that's his mother. I'm running out of time, but one more thing before I go. Miracle said that she done drove up to Sandra Bullock's house, y'all. She have 3 kids. She have a different son, then she have the twin, and then she have a little girl who was a baby at the time. So while she was changing her baby in the car or whatever, her sons, they got out the car to go ring the doorbell, and the man who was working on a yard, he was like, I think the son name is Lucas, Sandra Bullock's son. He was like, Lucas, what you doing outside? What you doing out here? When you got out here? He was like, my name is not Lucas. My name is so-and-so. And the gardener himself was surprised. And he said that he never seen Sandra Bullock a day in his life. He been working there for years and he's never seen Sandra Bullock, but he always see her son. So it definitely shocked him at the fact that this other little boy come pulling up looking just like his ass, and the whole time it wasn't him. One more piece of information, then I'm done. According to the birth certificates, it says that Sandra Bullock's son and Miracle's son are 2 years apart. Miracle said that the twin that she has have the wrong birthday on his birth certificate and they will not fix it. That's the type of shit that they do in the trafficking industry. They lie about your birthday. She said the birthday is wrong, the year is wrong, all that shit is wrong. Speaking of, y'all ever seen Blood and Water? It's a show on Netflix about 2 girls who are sisters. One of them was kidnapped as a newborn baby. She was sent off to a rich family who treated her great. She had no idea she was a trafficked baby. Her blood sister started going to school with her and she started to get suspicious like, I think you're my sister. Let me try to become her friend so I can get some close information. Which is what happened. They became close and she got information out of her. She stole her boyfriend and everything, child, honey. Oh my goodness. Turns out she was a sister and the girl looking like, okay, I don't give a fuck. I don't know y'all people. This is my family. I don't give a damn if they kidnap me. They give me a good life. They love me. I'm rich as hell. So get on with that shit. Nah. That's crazy though. Some people dead ass kidnap children and love those same children.
So, once again, I'm just playing you guys some videos of what some people said on this internet. And it hurts me that I know I'm telling the truth. And this woman is just not in her right state of mind. She's not trying to come out and tell the truth. Why? Why won't she tell the truth?
God, when is this nightmare gonna be over and Sergeant Bullock go to jail and I get my son back, Lord? Please, I'm begging you for the truth to reveal and come out soon. This is Miracle Krauser, who is alleging that Sandra Bullock stole her child back in 2008. She has been posting on TikTok and Facebook apparently for years, but this news is not gaining any national attention. Miracle wrote, felt like giving up, but God told me to hold on just a little longer. I've been fighting for 15 years now. I have been denied a lawyer. They have been trying to silence me about my baby being stolen in 2008 out of MedStar Washington Hospital. Stolen by Sandra Bullock and wrongfully adopted without my consent. Where is the justice for me? I hurt every day, and I will continue to have a smile on my face due to her in pain, crying every day, asking God to take my pain away, please. LOL, I don't know how much more I can take. So this is a hell of a story for a lot of reasons. Given the fact that Sandra Bullock adopted her child as a newborn in 2010. However, Miracle is alleging that she has been lying about his age, that he's actually 2 years older than she claims. Miracle's story is that she did not know she was pregnant. She was also pregnant with twins. And after she gave birth, the cover-ups allegedly began. She was denied her sonogram. She was denied footprints, anything to tie back that Louis is in fact hers. Miracle also alleges that Sandra Bullock has given multiple stories about how she adopted Louis, but when I looked at the People magazine excerpt when he was adopted in 2010, she claimed from then that Louis was born in New Orleans. And at the time of Louis' adoption, he was 3.5 months old.
And from what I can see, they haven't at all doctored this article from 2010. Normally when they edit a article, it'll have the date that it was edited, but it just says published on April 28th, 2010. Miracle did also show her child next to Louis in hopes to get proof out there that she's telling the truth. Now, I do find it weird that she has been saying this for years and there's been no DNA test done. If y'all remember the bizarre allegations that Justin Bieber went through in 2011, stating that he had fathered a child, he made sure to get his paternity test done. So if I was Sandra, I would definitely get on this. I do know that Sandra did just lose her partner, but this woman has been alleging this for a long time. So to stop the allegations, I would just get the paternity test done. No matter what you think of this case, this woman is definitely clearly hurting, and she does need some answers to what happened to her child. Whether he was given to Sandra or not, she does need closure, and it is sad to see her so upset. But what do you guys make of this whole situation? Do you think that there is some truth to this? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, so let's find the other one.
Someone speaks of their grief, stop and listen. Listen to
Good morning, good morning.
You want the truth?
Remember the boy that Sandra Bullock and Jesse James adopted 15 years ago? This is how he looks now. 15 years ago, a boy named Louis was left abandoned by his biological parents and placed in an orphanage shortly after birth. But fate had a different plan for him. Hollywood star Sandra Bullock and her then husband Jesse James adopted Louis, transforming his life forever. Today, we'll explore Louis' incredible journey, how he has grown, and what his life looks like now. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell. Don't forget to face a painful.
Okay, where's
that
this
same
picture
year,
at?
Sandra adopted a second child, a girl named Layla, who had been living in foster care. Louis embraced his role as a big brother, always looking out for Layla and ensuring she felt safe and loved. Now, at 15, Louis is a teenager with a passion for sports and technology,
15-year-old
while
picture
Layla,
there.
at 13, excels in her studies and loves animals. Both children have thrived in a loving, stable and reminds us that being a parent is. Stay
All of
tuned
that.
for more
Look at
heartwarming
that.
stories and updates on your favorite
Oh my
celebrities.
God.
Remember the boy that Sandra Bullock and Jesse James adopted 15 years
See,
ago?
they won't even
This is how
show.
he looks now.
This is
15
what I'm
years
getting
ago.
mad about. Good morning, you guys. So
And Sandra said in her own words, "There was something about me that I guess he didn't like." Sandra couldn't hold back her laughter towards the end of that. Throughout her
I can't find the other one.
Honestly, comments like this really bother me.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, I'm tired of playing those videos. This woman is
It
crazy.
is not a coincidence that Sandra
But I'm
Bullock.
very upset and I'm very disturbed.
It is not a coincidence that Sandra Bullock has a conspiracy theory of a woman claiming that her son is Sandra.
Good luck, son.
I'm gonna cry. I knew that just something. This question is about the other twin, and you guys have a ton of other questions, so let's get into it. First and foremost, I did not know this video was going to blow up like this. I would have provided a little more information and did a little more deep dive if I knew that you guys were as nosy as I am, okay? But anyway, so the other twin is with the mom that told this story. She raised one twin. They gave her one baby, and they told her that she only had one baby. But she finally got her medical records years later, and it says on her records that she had more than one baby. She's saying that they were identical twins, and they do look alike. She had identical twin boys. So one is with her, one is with Sandra Bullock. So I'm going to try to answer a lot of questions about the mom, the police, what she's been doing with them, the FBI, the twin, the doctor, because she met up with the doctor years later. So I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can based off of the videos of hers that I saw. Or y'all can just search it yourself and watch it if you want to, but I'm going to try to summarize everything. They gave her pictures. You know how you get ultrasound pictures? When she got a picture, she would only see one baby. And she said that she thought it was weird that she would never see like the actual screen. But when she saw it that day when she went in labor, she can tell that it was an accident. Because the nurse, as soon as she was staring at it and she clearly saw two babies, she's like, basically like asking her like, wow, so there's two babies, I'm having twins? The nurse quickly shifted the screen, called the doctor, and they took her to the operating room. Also, this woman is a lesbian. So she didn't have a man with her. She's a lesbian. She was with her partner, and in one video, she said that they were trying to have a baby, but it was hard for her to conceive. So when she did, she didn't know she was pregnant for a long time. So she didn't have medical care for a very long time. So also, just to address like the stories about the adoption. So she is saying, this is just coming from the woman still. She's saying that Sandra Bullock has had 3 different, oh, and I have something else to tell y'all too, is good. Well, I'm gonna say it right after this. Dang, I forgot about that. She said Sandra Bullock has had 3 different stories about the adoption. First, she said that she got it from a lesbian. So she said that she has said that before. The second story she had was that she adopted the baby from Africa. Okay, so apparently she was flying this woman out from Nigeria so it can look like the baby still had a relationship with the birth mom, whatever. Then the third story, once someone was questioning like the baby's background, she said that she adopted the baby from someone in New Orleans. I mean, the woman has been to Sandra Bullock's mansion in New Orleans, and she showed up, and the guy that was there, the worker, he was mistaking her son for Lewis, which is Sandra Bullock's son, because they're identical twins. So they look well, allegedly, they're identical twins. So, but they do look exactly alike. I've seen the pictures, they look exactly alike. The two look exactly alike, so I can't say that. But then she also said that she caught up with the doctor years later, like in 2015. She spoke with the doctor that delivered her babies. And I'm gonna have to make another part. I think I'm gonna have to make a second part. But I'm gonna have to make a second part. This question is about the other twin, and you guys have a ton of other questions, so let's get into it. First and foremost, I did not know this video was gonna blow up like this. I hate to do it. Then she also said that she caught up with the doctor years later, like in 2015. She spoke with the doctor that delivered her babies. The doctor apologized to her. Now this is the kicker, y'all. The doctor apologized to her and said, "Meet me at this place tomorrow. I'm gonna get your medical records and give it to you so you can have a fighting chance at getting this resolved." Like the doctor just felt bad. The very next day, the doctor was found unalived in her house. Not in the ladies, but in the doctor's own house, she was found unalived. So she just like, somebody's trying to obviously cover this up. And yeah, she said that she also did contact the FBI. Someone from the FBI was assigned to her case. They ended up closing the case and telling her that there was nothing they could do for her. Just all of a sudden, just close the case. So it's, y'all, this is deep. Just do the deep dive. Y'all don't even need me for this. Just search Sandra Bullock's adopted son. Please. Please. I'm a rabbit hole type person. I didn't know that y'all were nosy like me. I am a rabbit hole type person. So I'll tell y'all about some other stuff. I have another story that I want to tell y'all about. Also, allegedly, Sandra Bullock does not allow her children on social media for obvious reasons. Like, I don't.
Good, she don't want him to find me.
The lady says specifically because of this, but he's a teenager. I feel like eventually, if he hasn't already, he's probably heard this story. I don't know if you will believe it because a lot of people say different things about celebrities, but he has heard the story. But teenagers are kids and young adults, so I feel like if you know for sure you're adopted, which he knows, he's a black boy with a white mother, so he knows that he's adopted.
Let me see that juice, Mama.
So I believe that he probably will do some research.
Let me see this. It's frozen. What is this?
It's frozen.
You can't get that. No, Mommy, give you some Crystal Light.
It's obvious that's not his mom. So I think that eventually you will get curious.
No, leave that right there. Leave it alone, Mommy. Look, stop picking stuff up for you drop the juice, okay? My back hurt and I don't feel like cleaning up behind you today. Now, Mommy, say stop now.
A DNA test just to silence her. I just feel like if it was my child, just to protect my child, I would have sent this woman a cease and desist. I would have sent my lawyers after her, especially if I had a celebrity status like that and the money. I would have sent my lawyers after her already. I would have sent the cease and desist, and I would have did a quick private, while he was a baby, still too young to understand, I would have did a quick DNA test just to shut up all the rumors and just protect my child. Especially the way the internet is, I would have done that. But Sandra has not done any of that, and I feel like the fact that she's saying so much and it got so big, and Sandra Bullock has not done anything legally, that it just looks weird. Also, the lady has tried to get lawyers, and she said every time she gets a lawyer and tells them about the case, eventually they just say they can't do it. So someone gets to them or something like that. That's what she's saying happens. And I told you already what happened with the FBI situation. So she just said she's been trying the best that she can. And her children know because when they showed up to Sandra Bullock's mansion in New Orleans, the boy said, the man that works for Sandra Bullock said, Lewis, what are you doing out there? He's like, I'm not Lewis, I'm Lewis's twin brother. And he said, oh, well, they ain't here, you know. So he told them that they were in Austin or something like that.
Austin,
Even though the
Texas.
workers should not have, I believe that he went ahead and gave them a little bit more information because the son looked exactly like Lewis. So he probably believed like, oh, okay, this is his adopted, not adopted, but this is his, you know.
Oh shit, I did. Y'all, my phone acting up.
Then she also said that
Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta
she
get
caught
my
up with the
coat.
doctor years later, like in 2015. She spoke with the doctor that delivered her babies. The doctor apologized to her. Now this is the kicker, y'all. The doctor
It a
also
fast forward.
allegedly Sandra Bullock does not allow her children on social media for obvious reasons. Like I don't disagree with her on that, but the lady said specifically because of this. But he's a teenager. I feel like eventually, if he hasn't already, he's probably heard the story. I don't know if he will believe it because a lot of people say different things about celebrities, but he has heard the story. But teenagers are curious and young adults, so I feel like if you know for sure you're adopted, which he knows, he's a black boy with a white mother, so he knows that he's adopted. So I believe that he probably will do some research because it's obvious that's not his real mom. So I think that eventually he will get curious and do the research. The woman has tried to get a DNA test, but again, of course, Sandra will not let her close to her or her kids. She will not get a DNA test just to silence her. I just feel like if it was my child, just to protect my child, I would have sent this woman a cease and desist. I would have sent my lawyers after her, especially if I had a celebrity status like that and the money. I would have sent my lawyers after her already. I would have sent the cease and desist, and I would have did a quick private, while he was a baby, still too young to understand, I would have did a quick DNA test just to shut up all the rumors and just protect my child. Especially the way the internet is, I would have done that. But Sandra has not done any of that. And I feel like the fact that she's saying so much and it got so big, and Sandra Bullock has not done anything legally, that it just looks weird. Also, the lady has tried to get lawyers, and she said every time she gets a lawyer and tells them about the case, eventually they just say they can't do it. You know, so someone gets to them or something like that. That's what she's saying happens. And I told you already what happened with the FBI situation. So she just said she's been trying the best that she can. And her children know because when they showed up to Sandra Bullock's mansion in New Orleans, the boy said, the man that works for Sandra Bullock said, Lewis, what are you doing out there? He's like, I'm not Lewis, I'm Lewis's twin brother. And he said, oh, well, they ain't here, you know. So he told them that they were in Austin or something like that. Even though the workers should not have, I believe that he went ahead and gave them a little bit more information because the son looked exactly like Lewis. So he probably believed like, oh, okay, this is his adopted, not adopted, but this is his, you know, brother. Like this is family that he was adopted from. So whatever. So I mean, that's probably what he was. He was just doing some landscaping work. So he probably didn't know anything differently. So yeah, that's the information that I have. I feel like there's something I'm leaving out, but I don't know. Then she also said that she caught up.
Sandra Bullock's son.
Good morning, guys.
So, I know I'm not crazy, you guys. I'm about to get off here.
Do you remember the boy Sandra Bullock adopted 14 years ago? Here's what his life
And
looks like
they
now.
keep posting videos saying here's what he look like now, but when they say here's what he look like, they're showing a basketball star. Like I'm not understanding this.
Of his life, personality, and interests.
And she keeps blocking his face out, but Layla's face is not blocked out.
Guidance of his mother,
I can't see.
measures to ensure
Like,
that he isn't exposed to the pressures of Hollywood too soon.
it's stressful.
One of the most
Because he's
considerable
older now.
aspects of Lewis's
So he's
life
older
is
now.
the
Now she
normality
really has
that
a
Sandra
mask on
Bullock
his
has worked
face.
so hard to maintain for him. Despite being a high-profile celebrity, she has shielded Lewis and his younger sister Layla from the spotlight.
Yeah, from the
In
spotlight.
interviews,
Because she
Sandra
don't want
mentioned that her
Lewis
children
to
are her
find the
top
truth out.
priority,
I'm
and that
hurt
her
so
world
bad.
revolves around them.
All I'm asking for you guys is share my story, share my testimony. This is true. This really happened to me. This is what I continue to go through. I won't stop until I receive justice. I will not stop. The truth needs to be revealed and it needs to come out. It's taking too long. I've been fighting 16 years now. I hear a lot of people say, oh, he'll be 18 soon. You guys are not following my story correctly. How you guys are saying he's going to be 18 soon when his real age is 16, and this certain celebrity is saying he's 14. Like, I'm so hurt. And they look just alike. They look just alike. And believe me, when the court documents started hitting her house, she was wondering how I had the addresses to her mansions. It was sent to me in an anonymous email. I showed it to my therapist. Before she died of cancer, I'm going to say it again. God rest her soul. Before she died of cancer, she helped me type up a letter, printed it out. We made several copies. We even printed out the pictures, the medical records that said I had twins, and I sent it to all her mansions. All her mansions. And I sent it priority so she could sign for it. It has to be a signature. So the mail never came back to me. So this woman knew about this from the very first beginning because I sent her everything. And this is how my son's school pictures winded up at this woman's mansion. And then she mailed it back to me, dressing Lewis exactly like my son Malik, his brother, his twin. And they look just alike. And I snatched the picture off the internet, screenshot it, and do a side by side from Lewis to my son Malik, and they're identical twins. A lot of people keep saying they fraternal. They're not fraternal. It was one sack. Both babies were in one sack. This woman needs to get in trouble. Making movies about my life, getting rich off of me, off of my life. And I know she has some type of, what I want to say. This celebrity has, it's like she know what she did to me. She know it's wrong. She know it's coming out soon. She even said it on Red Table Talk. She said she wrote my son a letter explaining to him about his adoption. She didn't like the way the adoption went down. That my son adoption was very secretive. But this certain celebrity still played a huge part in stealing my child and adopting him without my signature. So I know that this is not a legit adoption because they don't have my signature. And won't you just take the DNA test? I don't understand. If she would just take the DNA test. And I pray to God that if this day ever come, that they don't try to fake on this DNA test. If I ever was to get in front of a judge, I would ask this judge or have my lawyer to ask the judge to let a family member do the DNA test. I don't even get along with my fucking family. A lot of my family are nurses and stuff like, let somebody else do that DNA test to make sure nobody's hampered with the DNA test, because on my mother and father grave, Lewis is my biological son. He is older than his twin brother. Lewis came out first. Lewis came out first. Good morning. How are you? And when I showed the picture to my 4-year-old, when I showed her the picture, I asked her who was that. She said, that's Malik. That's Malik, mommy. That's Malik. Is he coming home? I showed her a picture of Lewis. She called Lewis Malik. That's my brother Malik. Come on now. I just want reunification, man. I want justice. I want that day to come when I can be able to hold my son and explain to him that, hey, I never gave you up. I was told I wasn't pregnant. I couldn't have kids. You were stolen at birth. And I hear a lot of sick individuals on TikTok say, well, do you think he would want to come home to you? Can you give him the life that this certain celebrity been giving him? Okay, first of all, let me say this. A lot of people think my son is better off because he stays with a celebrity. I don't care if this woman is rich or not. Money is not everything. Money is the root of all evil. And I'm tired of people always basing it on money. Do you think he want to live poor like you in the ghetto? So what? He needs to know his culture. He needs to know his background. He needs to know that he has a whole family out here. He needs to know that he has other sisters and brothers out here. Layla is not his sister. Like, he has real brothers and sisters. I just want the truth to surface. I want my story to fall in the hands of a lawyer that has an open heart, that is willing to take my case and get paid after. They know damn well that I'm disabled on a fixed income. They know damn well that they have tried to unalive me. And by them trying to do that, they have had me in chronic pain for the rest of my life. I have went to several doctors for a second opinion trying to be fixed because I can't deal with the pain. And they tell me I can't be fixed. All this because I keep speaking about my stolen child. All this because I've been an author for almost 12 years next month. My story remains the same. I wrote a book because they have been trying to unalive me for 16 years now. I have been speaking about the foster care system. I have been speaking about the government. I have been speaking about the programs that they put the kids in. When we're in the system, we're water the state. So we're state property. So we don't have access to what is done to us. They take us, they put us in residentials, they put us in psychiatric wards, they do illegal testing and treat us like guinea pigs and do all type of fuckery to us, you know. And I just thank God that I never went insane. I thank God. I thank God for it. Because they really tried to make me crazy. And God ain't want it to be that way. So I still have my insanity. I'm not crazy. I know exactly what I'm saying. My story has been the same for 16 years. I'm just praying for justice and reunification. And I'm praying for me and my kids' housing situation. I'm praying for everything. Like, I'm really praying for everything. I'm praying that housing gets in trouble soon for what they have been doing to me over 30, let me see, my daughter's 32 years. And especially, housing has been really trying to take me out by poisoning me and my children for all these years. It does not matter what low income property or what neighborhood or what hood they moved me to. It don't matter. I've lived in all the ghettos in the Washington, D.C. area. I've been transferred from one low income to the next. And every property that I have moved into, me and my children have been poisoned with something called crystal meth. Why is it? Why is it? Why are we keep being poisoned? Who is trying to take me and my children out? I want to know. I have no enemies in this world. I don't bother no one. I'm not a street girl. I don't hang in the streets. Okay? My days of me partying was the time I was pregnant and didn't even know. I was going to my lesbian clubs, partying with my lesbian friends, with my rainbow family. I'm at the Delta, the dirty nightclub in Northeast DC. I'm at the Delta, you know, in the dressing room with the strippers, oiling them down, rubbing on their body, doing splits, all type of shit. You understand that? And the whole time I'm carrying twins and didn't even know I was pregnant. I'm fighting boys from hoods, you know. You know what I'm saying? Niggas yanking my shirt because I look good or I got big breasts or a nice little shape and all this and that. And I had a tube top shirt on and The boy yanked my shirt down and I got to fighting him. The whole time I'm fighting this big ass nigga, I'm pregnant with twins. So yes, of course I'm gonna fight for my stolen child. Those are my miracle babies. Hell, I was told I couldn't have kids, that I was never pregnant. So yes, I have to fight for my children. My child, basically. And yes, everybody wants to know where's my oldest twin at. He's in a program. I put him in a program to better himself and to keep him off the streets and so he can get his GED from school since he kept getting in trouble in school, fighting and getting in trouble and getting suspended. He damn near was almost expelled. So yes, what I did was I put him in a program. And the father ain't shit. Okay? The father ain't shit. The father is not in my corner. He's not helping me. And we all know this story because I've told you guys the story. I was a lesbian. I knew the father since I was a child. I went to him for that adult threesome for me and my ex-fiance, which he agreed to. We signed documentations. It was for my fiance to get pregnant, not for me, because I was already told I was damaged from foster care. I couldn't have kids. So, of course, we doing this adult activity. I'm the one that was pregnant the whole damn time. The whole time I was pregnant. And then me going back and forth to court, filling these lawsuits and stuff, trying to get a DNA test. The district, the DC courts has been playing mind games with me the whole time. They told me that I have to get these green cards back in the mail, that I have to serve this certain celebrity in order to get a court date. I did all of that. Matter of fact, so you think I'm lying? Let's go back to the email that I sent out yesterday. We're going to go back to this email. I don't know why you locked it. I don't know why.
I locked it because you couldn't do my room. I locked it in my room. I locked it in my room.
Okay, so we're going to go back to here. We're going to go to here to the email I sent out. Remember when I said that we needed green cards? Wait a minute. Let me see. Sent. Sent items. Let's see. See all these people I sent it to? I was not playing when I said that yesterday. I'm not playing with nobody. Sent it to the news people, everybody. News tip. I wanted to open up. I don't know how to work a phone that damn good. Wait a minute.
Mom, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, sweetheart. Mommy is doing something.
If you want to play tennis,
Do I want to play what?
play baby on the chair.
And play babies on the chair. Wait a minute, Mama.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Stink. Mommy looking for something. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So where's the attachments? Where's the goddamn attachments at? Why is the attachments not pulling up? That's what I want to know. Why is the attachments not pulling up? Okay, so we're gonna see. Go back to here. I sent this to all these people.
I want to play. Dude.
The pill for a cigarette. So why is the pictures not showing up? This is what I don't understand. I wanted to show y'all the pictures. Wait a minute. What am I doing wrong? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no idea. What am I doing wrong? So I think the little green papers. Shit. See how I say everything vanished off my phone? I don't understand. I just did all this stuff yesterday. And I sent the little green index cards. I wanted to show y'all. So y'all know I'm not lying. But I don't understand. Wait a minute. The devil is a damn lie. The devil is a lie. Baby, when I say the devil is a lie, just know what I'm saying. Uh, newborn baby stolen at birth. Thank you for contacting the News 6 investigation. This is an automatic message to let you know that we have been received your information. I'm just going to pray. I'm going to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. Hoping that they get to it. You know what? I can go to my photos. I'm doing all that before I hang up this live. I'm just going to go to my photos and I'm going to show y'all the little green cards to let y'all know that I don't lie about anything. Wait a minute. I'm looking through my photos. I'm about to show y'all. Because I had to attach this to the news people as well. So they know I'm not a joke and I'm not playing out here and I'm not lying. Because like I said before, in order for me to get those court dates, I did just what the judge told me to do. Oh, and remember how I said they broke in my house and peed on my floor and put black stuff in my sink? This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, my house was broken into. They trashed my house. They peed on my floor. They put black stuff in my sink. And then, trying to protect my kids because they didn't feel comfortable coming back home, the police did not give me police report for breaking entry. So I went to the police station, filed a police on the police department on 7th District. And when I left, they followed me in my vehicle and drove from 7th District to 6th District on the other side of the South Side and followed me and pulled me over under false pretense. And then they said that I tried to kill my kids. They said I ran a red light, I ran the stop sign, failed to stop. They lied about so much stuff. It's not even right. They lied so much. It's so sad. It's so freaking sad. So I went to court and the police lied on the stand. And the judge told me that she sides with the police in any matter. Oh, okay, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. These are court documents from me and this celebrity. Court documents, court documents, court documents. This is one of the celebrities' addresses. Address to another mansion, address to another mansion, address to another mansion, address to another mansion. Yeah, that's her lawyer talking trash. Her lawyer, the celebrity's lawyer, and the lawyer from MedStar Washington Hospital Center. They have been closing the cases out. They have been taking advantage of me, violating my constitutional rights because 14th Amendment, due to process of law, once I have all these documents and evidence, I am supposed to be heard. So again, why am I not being heard? I did everything the judge told me to do, and they steered through my case out without me being heard. Yeah. So you just let a white woman steal my baby and get away with that shit? You let a white woman steal my child and get away with it. Come on now, Lewis looked just like this boy. This was day for yesterday. I had to pick my son up. This is Lewis' twin right here. He is in a program. I had to pick him up from the program and take him to the doctors day before yesterday. He has a behavior issue, attitude problems, behavior issues, all type of fuckery. So I put him in the program to better himself so he won't lose his life. Baby princess the terrorizer. Hello you guys. Hey young. JS Winston, how are you guys? Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna do this before I get off. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna show Princess something, and I'm gonna see what she say.
Mama.
I'm gonna show Princess. I say,
Mom,
Princess, who is this?
don't you do piss up.
What? Stink about?
You put my piss at me.
Wait a minute. Let me find a picture for you to look at. Wait 1 second.
Mommy, what you saying?
You guess, pretty girl.
What's saying, Mommy?
Okay. Now I'm gonna show her.
My piss up at me.
Where is the picture at?
Oh no.
Oh God! Ouch, my eye.
You
Your hair got in my eyeball.
I see something.
You see something?
I see Malcolm Week.
You see Monica Malik?
Yeah.
You do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I see something.
let's go back to this picture. Let's find it on here.
Mommy,
Wait, Stink. I want to show you a picture. I want you to tell me who it is, okay? Where is the boy picture at? Jesus.
That's. Oh no.
Who is that? Who is that?
Nigga.
That's who?
That's nigga.
Who?
It's a nigga.
Are you saying what name? Let me show you something. You got to speak up so I can hear you. You got to talk clear.
It's a nigga.
Okay, so who is? Yeah, what's that picture at? Let's see. No, no. Hey, stink bud. Come on, Lord, find a picture. Let's show her. Jesus, why I can't never find nothing when I'm looking for it? It'd be like right here. Okay, mommy. Who is that?
The week.
That's who?
That's the week.
That's Malik?
That's the week friend.
That's Malik? That's your brother?
Yeah. Right there.
You sure? That's Malik?
Yeah.
Point to Malik. That's Malik?
That right here. Oh, it's when I see something. The week.
It's Malik?
Yeah. I see
That's Malik. That's your brother.
That's the week eye.
You see his eyes?
Yeah.
So y'all see that, right? So I just showed her a picture of Lewis, and I asked my daughter, who is that? She just said, that's my brother. That's Malik. That's Malik. Look at his eyes. Come on now. Don't take a rocket scientist and know that I'm telling the truth, man. This hurt me so bad. But that's what I wanted to show you guys today. And I guess I'm about to get up off here so I can play with my princess a little bit before I take my pain medicine and lay down. But if you guys can, I appreciate if you could share my page, share my story, get my story out there. I hope my story falls in the hands of a lawyer who's willing to take my case and that know that I'm disabled and I'm on a fixed income. Ooh, girl, your nose. Jesus Christ. But you guys pray for me. I would do the same if it was you. And I will never give up. And that's it. Blow. Blow. Harder. Harder. Ooh, 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 girl. Ooh, ooh, blow.
Are you done?
No, I'm not. Blow. Because I'm not losing no child. Go put this in the trash. I don't know if that's pneumonia, whatever, but they're not even helping my daughter. She's been sick for 3 weeks and a half. I'm tired. 3 weeks and a half, just straight sick, no eating, no nothing. And the doctors don't give a fuck about my daughter. They don't care. I took her to her primary care. Primary care doctor is gone. This left. Nobody called us to let us know my kids no longer have a primary care doctor. I took her to the ER. They sent her back home again. Like, 4 little girls just died from doing what they did to my daughter, not treating them, just sending them home. They died. I'm not about to have my daughter die on me, okay? So I've been doing all type of Jamaican remedies, all type of stuff to make my daughter, healthy, and she just keep constantly getting sick in school, and it's just upsetting to me. All my kids will be their birthday is next month. I cut my income off. I don't beg nobody for nothing, but like I said, when there's a God, there's a way, and there is a will. So I will make sure that my kids be blessed for their birthday. The twins is April the 17th. My oldest boy don't celebrate April the 17th. He wants to celebrate what is on his birth certificate. He wanna do his birthday in June 17th. The fake birthday. That's what he like to celebrate. And he get out the program in June. June 15th he get released from the program. And he wants to throw his party in June. I don't celebrate that. I celebrate on April. And he celebrate on June, him and his father. His father don't believe nothing I say. He don't care. His father exact words to me was, I don't give a fuck. Let that little nigga stay where the fuck he at. I already paid too much child support. What type of father figure would say that? And exactly, when I picked my son up, Malik, with the missing twin to take him to his doctors, he ran off on me and actually got on the bus in the subway to go to his girlfriend's house. Then, after his girlfriend's house, he caught the bus to his father's house. I'm calling his father to let his father know that he was only out for 4 hours. I have to take him back to the program. Do you know his father lied to me? Saying that he wasn't there, and the whole time he was there chilling with his homies. And then his father took him back around 9, 10 something at night. Because I wasn't going to take him that time of night. I have other kids to deal with. So the whole month and some change since my son been there, he ain't learned shit. In this program, I would think that he would be learned to respect his mother and honor thy mother. How can these kids keep honoring their father but don't honor their mother? And I'm the one that bend over backwards and break my neck for my children. And I love my children with all my heart. I just don't understand. Let me see what she said. What did she say? Yeah, the father said, fuck the nigga. No, not for the stolen child, but he pays child support for my youngest son and the one with the missing twin. So he was saying to hell with my stolen son that the celebrity had. Because he don't want to pay no fucking more child support. That is crazy. And then he denied my boys in the first beginning. Like I told you guys, I was a lesbian. I was not dealing with men. But I went to him for that threesome and he agreed to it. And so who else gonna get me pregnant? So you go to the courts and you tell the courts that Malik is not your son. And then he said, my youngest son ain't his either. So who the hell was I sleeping with then if I'm a lesbian? A full-blown lesbian. So nigga, the judge, this is why the father's on child support. I took his ass to court and let the judge know I was a lesbian. I don't deal with men. And that we did an adult activity for the twin, for the boys. And I was winding up pregnant with twins. Okay, he denied the fact that he was the father. So the judge made him take a DNA test. Turn that off, girl. Made him take that DNA test. That DNA test was 99% accurate that he was my son Malik's father. It was 99% accurate that you were the father of Malachi. How dare you deny your youngest son too and say that that was not your child, when actually my youngest son do not supposed to even be here. Okay, let's get to that. Because the father is a fucking deadbeat. He raped me and beat me. Okay? Under medication. Under medication. Under pain medicine. He raped me. He beat me. He took advantage of me in my apartment. And he raped me and he tortured me. Then I wound up being pregnant with my youngest son, Malachi, who is 11 years old. He do not supposed to exist in this world. So again, this man have tormented my life, not standing beside me fighting for my stolen child. Then he turns around and raped me and get me pregnant with my 11-year-old son. And did not get in trouble for it. Then I get on the father, telling him about himself. Because like I told y'all before, when my son was in foster care, I had to fight to get him out of foster care when there was no sign of neglect or abuse. Had to fight like crazy to get my child out of foster care. And during that time frame, we were going to court. We were in court. We had to go to therapy. We had to do couples counseling, individual therapy, drug testing on urines. I'm taking my urines twice a week. I'm passing. I'm negative. You hear me? The father taking urine. He done broke the courthouse machine. They cost thousands of dollars. His urine broke their machine. Okay? We go to court again. And then the judge, it took for, they switched the judge from a white judge to a black judge. It took for me to get a black judge, for the black judge to release my children to me with full custody and close the case out. And I got my kids back after they were abused in foster care and robbed from their jewelry and abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. And the father was given no custody. Okay? In 2015, the father was given no custody. Okay? I had full custody of my kids. Everything, I just showed y'all the pictures when my house was broken into. The blood, the urine on the floor and the black stuff in my sink. My medical records were gone. My court records were gone. Everything vanished out of my home. Even my evidence was gone. So I went back to the court building to get the copy of the documents that I saying that I had full custody so I can give my kids their passport. Come to think about it, only one had a passport was the one with the missing twin, Malik. I got his passport. And the only reason why I got that passport is because I'm so happy I did not put that father's name on his birth certificate. So that's the only reason why I got my oldest boy passport. My youngest son do not have his passport because his father is refusing to sign the documents. Because he's mad because he can't leave the United States. So once again, this man had did so much harm to me, and he never got in trouble or locked up for doing harm to me. I went to get copies of the records. This is kind of scary because the courthouse is the courthouse. I go there, they have no records on file for me. How the fuck is that possible? Once again, how is that possible? Where is the court documents saying that I had to fight to get my kids out the system? Where is all my papers? Why did everything vanish out the system? I don't know. But then they made me apply all over again. Now this time, the judge gave the father half custody, but states on the court documents that the kids remain living with the mom. The father shouldn't have no custody because he was granted no custody. I was granted custody. He was granted no custody. And those documents were stolen. And when I went to retrieve them, they didn't have any information in the system on me or my children. So I had to do the paperwork all over again. Now they gave the father half custody, and my kids ain't been right ever since. Now the running away starts. Now it starts with the disrespect. It starts with the abuse. Because now Big King treats me like his father treats me. But you think that's still going to make me stop fighting for his twin brother? That's not going to make me or break me. That's going to make me fight harder for his brother. You know? And I hope and pray that my son Malik do learn to honor thy mother and learn manners and respect. Because he's barking up the wrong tree. And if I never would have put him in that program, he would probably be shot out here. Or he'll be following in his father's footsteps. And I don't want that to happen. My kids have witnessed too much stuff that they don't need to see at such a young age. I want to manage to get my kids out of the projects. I want better for my children. That's why I have them in programs. They have community support workers. They have therapy sessions. You know, I just do everything for my kids. I advocate for my kids through the IEP meetings. My youngest son just was assigned to a lawyer for schooling. Thank God for that. That takes just an inch of stress off of my heart. Oh my God, what is wrong with? Get over around here. Get over here. Now, it's disgusting. I don't know what this is, baby, but it's been 3 weeks now. You ain't getting no better. Jesus, get over here. Let me blow your nose. It's just gushing out. Blow. Blow. Blow harder. Hard. Oh, Jesus, girl. Whew, Lord, blow more. Blow harder. Oh, yes, mommy cat. Oh, girl. Stay still. Oh, don't call for me. Don't call for me. Don't call for me. Huh. Don't put it in the trash. Oh, Jesus, go put it in the trash bag. Not on my floor. I've been trying to take care of my daughter the best way I can, yo. I'm trying to get her stop being sick. Nothing is working. It's like this world is so bad, so corrupted. So much stuff going on. Please, Lord, I'm just begging. Let my truth come out. Please, Lord, let the truth come out. Let the truth. Okay, I said I was getting off here. Okay, you guys, I've been on here for almost 4 hours. Let me get up off here, y'all, and get ready for my community support worker and give my daughter some mommy and daughter time. But please, you guys, if you can, share as much as possible. And may you guys have a blessed day.